Hello everybody and welcome to a special Christmas Chronicles commentary here on Off the Shelf Reviews.
Well done.
I'm Iain.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Gary.
And we hadn't really planned for a Christmas review this year. We'd had a few ideas and then stuff had happened, and obviously we're getting a review ready for Christmas. But this is Christmas Chronicles. This is Kurt Russell, and we were like, we need to do a review of this.
Kurt motherfucking Russell,
sorry. We can't do a review for it. We need to get everybody watching it, so we decided, fuck it, we're going to do an audio commentary with the three of us watching Christmas Chronicles. So if you can get a copy of Christmas Chronicles either on Netflix or maybe online somewhere, those sites that you go to, and get it all logged in, ready to play, and hit play with us in a minute, you can sit through with us.
Nice.
Do you want to hit play now, Ian?
Yeah.
I want to hit play.
Wait, I think that you just did the intro. Also.
Well, we're getting them ready. Is everyone? Are you all settled?
I'm settled now. I'm ready.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Are you sitting comfortably? Have you got your hot chocolate?
Got the Christmas festive spirit going.
Good man. Are your lights on?
Yeah. You bar hamburgers. You wait. By the end of this, you'll have the Christmas spirit.
Oh, you're going to be full of it.
Hit it.
It's going to be coming out your ears. Ready? We're ready to go.
No.
We're going. We got
Netflix
the Netflix logo. That's where we're at. We'll have to give everyone little time jumps.
I was not a big fan of Netflix, and then all of a sudden they decided that they were going to do a Christmas movie with Kurt motherfucking Russell in it. I was like,
take my money.
Take my money, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there he is.
Kurt motherfucking Russell.
They never spell his name right, do they?
No, never.
Never put it in.
Do you think it eventually get to him?
Oh, I hope so.
That there's a small fan base
God,
that
I
now
hope
refers
so.
to him as Kurt motherfucking
Kurt
Russell.
motherfucking Russell. Now,
I actually watched interviews with him today, talking about this film and, you know, how his family sort of involved in it as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's his fucking stepson there, Mr. Oliver Hudson, I believe it is, isn't it?
That's
Cody Horn's son, right?
That's right. Yes, yeah.
the dad.
The dad.
The dad. Oh,
His
man,
Goldie
that makes
Hawn's
it
son.
actually really special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the actress? You know, I've seen her in a lot of things as well.
Someone Camp, her name just came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen her in a few things as well.
I kept meaning to check her name. You know, we've all watched this, so obviously, you know, there might be some spoilers if you're watching this for the first time. Hopefully, it's not. But this is a.
I was going to say I would never normally actually choose to watch this film. You know, the only reason why I watched this film is because of Kurt motherfucking Russell, and there would be no other reason I could see to watch it unless it was a family Christmas movie. Well, yeah, and that's what this is designed for.
That's it. This is one of those TV made for Christmas movies, you know, to cash in on that time of year.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, look at it, man.
22nd.
You got the fucking family, like, you know, the family Christmas videos and stuff. The fact that, I mean, look. Well, 2013, it says down, like, in the timestamp of the, like, you know, of the actual video he's taking. This is on, like, an old ass, like, digital
he's using
video
a video
camera.
tape
Crazy
to record all this. But I love this whole intro, you know. I mean, it kind of just sets up this family element. They love Christmas. I mean, I love Christmas.
Yeah,
I fucking love Christmas. You know, and there's a lot of you probably sitting there going, "Oh, I bet you Ian still believes in Santa Claus." I do.
I do after this.
Because I am Santa Claus, thank you very much, you know. When you have to buy the presents and you have to wrap them and get them into the front room on Christmas Eve, you know, there's some of you probably sat there like, oh my God, Santa Claus isn't real.
You make the magic happen.
Yes, exactly, Gary. You make the magic happen. And Christmas is a special time. Without it, we haven't got Die Hard, we haven't got Lethal Weapon.
Well, this film does, it does a very good... It's a very good ploy of getting you with the feels, because you see all these happy Christmases as the years go by.
And then you got this, look, you work it out.
Then you get to the Christmas where there's no decorations on the tree.
Yeah.
You know, there's no decorations in the house. Look at it. It's sparse.
And most importantly, there's no dad.
Exactly. And so, yeah.
Look at that tape. People don't even know how does that kid know how to work that? She don't know what that is. Well, if I showed that to my 8-year-old, she'd be like, Dad, what the fuck actually is this? Like, would I put this in the oven?
Well, of course, it's going back from when they first had it, so yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta appreciate the retro.
Pierce
So what do you
family.
think of the acting in this?
Well,
especially the children.
I just went with it. Honestly, I just went with it. I knew what I was getting into. This is a Christmas movie. You know, this is Kate Pierce. This is the, you know...
The main actress of the film.
The good girl of the film.
Yes, the true believer.
The true believer. And, you know, she still believes in Santa Claus. And so, you're just like, yeah, fuck it. It's a Christmas movie. I believe in Santa Claus. I want him to turn up. I want to see the magic happen. And it's everything else that works around it. Like, here we go with Teddy, the brother, and obviously he's reached teenage years now, hair's growing in weird places, and he's lost his dad as well.
Yeah.
So he's angry. And the relationship...
He's angry. Exhibit A. Hits her with a fucking shoe. Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
But it's their family love there.
That's an interesting line as well.
It just sets it up.
Where she's like, he's like, what are you fucking using this for? It's like 20 years old and stuff. And she's like, it's good enough for dad. And it's like the way they... Or she's like, it was good enough for dad, know, and it's like all these subtle, nods to what's happened to him and stuff.
I really like this bit though. I mean, he's getting ready to tell her.
Yeah, he's about to go full Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader here.
The look on her face, she's just like, if she gets told that, she'll be devastated.
So when did you find out that there was no
spoilers
alien that goes around?
I knew at a very early age because of my upbringing with my mum when my dad left.
Oh, here comes a harrowing story.
I was going to say,
strap yourselves in, guys.
Strap yourselves in. I realised very early on, when you're watching, mum sort everything out. Mm-hmm. But this is when I realised, I realised at a young age there was no Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So it started to bum me out because there was really nothing to aim for. But there was a point where
nothing to be good for.
Exactly. So
why bother?
Why fucking bother? You write this list every year, and what do you get? You get the fucking hand-me-down toys, Harrowing story. Anyway, I realised that there was a point.
I didn't believe in Santa because I couldn't afford to.
When you had to bring the magic back, and it was when harrowing story time. My parents on Christmas Eve my mum and my stepdad at Christmas Eve had gone out to neighbours for a few drinks. They had come back at about 1 o'clock, absolutely pissed up, arguing, almost waking up my younger brother at the time. And my stepdad ended up passing out, my mum ended up passing out, and I was just like, shit, if my brother wakes up tomorrow and there's no presents underneath that Christmas tree, he's going to be fucking devastated. So I'm going to have to wake my mum up after a couple of slaps, find out where the presents are kept. They must
beat
be in
the shit
attic.
out of this bitch.
Sneak up into the attic at about 3 o'clock in the morning, pull the presents down, and set them up all in the front room so that we could actually wake up and have Christmas. And I fell asleep about 4 o'clock in the morning. Got woken up at 6 by my brother saying, Santa Claus has been, and I'm like, yay, fucking hell.
Yeah, right.
And from that point on, I was just like, I'm fucking Santa Claus.
That's harrowing.
Well, this brings me to my second question that comes back to the scene earlier is, how many people have you told there is no Santa Claus 2?
None. I tell everybody there is.
Totally, man.
Every time they turn.
Like I said, it's really nice. I got that point now where like my kid, she's 8, so she's totally like she's written her letter to Santa and everything like that. I'm taking her to see him and stuff. So.
Yeah, you're Santa. She's got to be good for you.
Well, we do this thing where it's like, and sorry, since we are watching this movie, we just saw a bit of petty crime there with Teddy. There's a bit more development on him, but we do this thing with Jessica where we tell her Santa Claus brings her one present.
Yes.
Brings her like her main present. You go, ask Santa what you want for a present. Mummy and Daddy buy the rest. And it's just based on that thing of...
we've broken the picture.
Like, that way, if she's talking to a kid in school who's like, I got like, she's like, I got all these presents. We got a big family, dude, so she does get a lot of presents. She kind of gets spoiled in a way, but... Mm-hmm. If she's telling some kid who maybe didn't get as much of her, he's going to be like, why didn't you bring me this? So we always say, Santa brings you one present. Oh, he's like, if a kid tells you different, just know you're in the know and he's not. Just the parents did the rest, but Santa brings you that one main present you got to ask for. Santa brought the cat we have,
and
Gizmo.
To fully understand that,
he brought Gizmo from the fucking North Pole. If you ask her to this day, where'd you get Gizmo from? She's like, from the North Pole.
Yeah,
now
that's why he's white.
There's something I want to bring up because it is awesome that I think all families have to keep the Santa Claus spirit alive for the kids.
Yeah,
because I can only imagine that I can remember the heartbreak. It kind of when you figure it out that. It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's the same as then when you go, there's no Tooth Fairy, there's no Easter Bunny.
I'm the Tooth Fairy and I'm the motherfucking
witches
Easter
on
Bunny
broomsticks on Halloween night flying around.
Fucking demons in Halloween.
Then you take films like this, which in order to I mean, it's so easy to just swallow this film. We just take it for what it is.
But it's promoting a lie.
No. But what it is that all the characters in this film, either believe or don't believe in Santa Claus, yet
Doesn't matter.
do they not realise that in the morning that there is a present that they open and go, I didn't buy that. Did you buy that? I didn't buy it. You didn't buy that.
Every single movie with
it's
Santa
from
in
Santa
has
Claus.
that, don't
Yeah,
they?
and I'm just like, it's the entire planet is under the spell of it's a real thing.
It's like Elf, isn't it? Where it's like
Yeah.
there's a rumor the parents do it, and so the parents can do all that in one night, you know. And yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, no matter what,
It's just really surreal when you watch a film that universe exists in the film.
I've always loved the fact that we live in a world where we have this.
Look at that shit, like making Christmas cookies.
We
together,
have
man.
this great character that can at least help people get through another harrowing year on a rock in the middle of space. Right? We've got this guy.
That's why I called him an alien, because it's like,
who magically goes into people's houses and drops presents off to make people feel good about themselves, you know, and bring people together.
he
and
rewards
families
those that have been good.
Yeah. And then you've got parts of the world where they're like, no, we're not having that.
We got an anomaly.
You know, and I'm like,
so
so what kind of happiness do you have then? You know, you must go through your entire year not wanting to bestow happiness on people.
But
because
it's part of the culture, though, isn't it? You're talking about, you know, like
St. Nicholas, the whole thing
It
is...
depends. It depends.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I mean, that's like saying that's
the
like
funny
if
thing,
you're
he
Jewish,
takes on-
obviously Jewish
he takes on different
people
forms
don't
all
have
over the
Christmas,
place.
so it's
Right.
kind of like, you know, but they have Hanukkah. It's like everyone's got a celebration. It just might be a different point.
That's what I always think is the main key, though. Just like you said, though, is everybody should celebrate their.
Where's he going? Just out to steal cars. Terrible disappointment to your dead father.
We completely went off track. So the family here, the mum has to work. She's a nurse, and obviously she's having to work twice as much now after dad passing away. I mean, Jesus Christ, this family, dad's a fireman, mum's a nurse.
Yeah.
You know,
That is a hard-working blue-collar family there,
exactly.
man, right?
I mean, the children.
Like, don't get me wrong, but everything is set up for that, isn't it? You know what I mean? Every single one of these Christmas movies, I mean, like, this is, I mean, I don't know, like, economy-wise in the States, obviously, where this is set, but I mean, look at that fucking house they're in. It's a pretty nice, decent-sized house, right, and stuff, and, like, they're a working family, you know? The kids are great in this, though, to be fair.
I found the acting to be acceptable for the most part. She wavered on.
I was expecting Schindler's
She
List
was she was really good in some places and terrible in others, and I was just like so hammy.
But I think that's part of it. I think you've got to give them that, like, you know, leeway on a movie like this, because it is going to be a little bit hammy
I mean,
and stuff.
this is all, you'd say this is hammy, where the mum's just about to go out, but these two have now, for me, was set up.
I think their performances together as brother and sister are really, really good all the way through the movie.
It's like, get rid of mum. We don't need mum, because mum's partially a disbeliever at this point. You know, she's in the hospital dealing with people with major injuries. Santa Claus barely gets to her. Where now the kids are just like, right, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to find Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since Dad died, oh man, I don't think the son really, he plays it well that he hasn't fully accepted it.
Yes.
Dad passing.
Well, I mean, it's because of the age difference, isn't it? But she's still a kid, which, I mean, like, you know, kids are way more resilient at that age, I guess, in a way where she's sort of like, look, I just want it to be like it was.
But
she's
accepted the fact that
exactly.
Dad's gone,
but then
you know?
he's like, well,
weird?
I'm a teenage boy, so I'm angry.
Yeah.
You know, he's going through that thing, you know.
Yeah, now she's checking the old sex tapes that the parents have left over.
Oh my god!
Look at that, he's got the mistletoe.
He's got the mistletoe out. You know what's about to go down.
Yeah, oh, kids are in bed. You know, we've got one more sack to empty.
Oh,
Okay, let's
that's
get the
awesome.
stockings out then.
Oh no!
Get the stockings out. Oh, what's wrong?
Yeah, sorry, Christmas sex jokes there. I just thought I'd throw that in for the adults.
This is a completely family-friendly movie.
Yes, I know.
With the most vulgar
I
commentary
think, we're about to get our Bigfoot moment of like our first spot of Santa as well, right? Here it comes.
There he is.
Boom. Fucking, it's like that alien walking by in Signs.
While I was watching this, I came up with something.
Here comes the theory.
She's got this camera, right? And obviously now she's watching videotapes of past Christmas. And they're also going to be using the camera to try and get footage of Santa Claus as evidence.
She's armed with that camera the whole film.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Now, technically, does that make this a found footage movie?
Well, the film starts with found footage,
Right.
but it doesn't end with it. And the rest, I mean, we're watching them with found footage. So
No, I'm not saying this is Blair Witch, but, you know, is it a Christmas found footage?
No, I mean, I'm enjoying this. So.
But no, this
it's
is
funny
not
though,
a found
it's like-
footage movie.
I think it's interesting what you say about sort of like you would never normally watch this, but it's Christmas and it's a Christmas movie, so damn it will be watched. You know, it's like there's so many movies that it's like you'd never watch them at any other point of the year, and I think it's an interesting thing with Christmas movies. We were watching like my wife was in Glasgow last week; she was away for the weekend, so it was me and the kid. And so I was like, great, I can wrap all the wife's presents and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, we're gonna order some food and we're gonna watch Christmas movies all weekend. What do you want to watch? And we watched like I don't know, like The Grinch and stuff like that.
The whole Santa
and then
Claus.
she was she wanted to watch Home Alone, and I realised we didn't actually have it. So we went down to our local shop, and they actually do have a pretty big selection of Christmas DVDs. Looking for it, didn't have it.
Yeah.
What they did have was the Santa Claus the movie with Dudley Moore in it.
Yeah.
So we watched that, and I was like, I haven't watched this in years, but also
John
that's
Lithgow
another
is
one.
the bomb.
Dude, fucking John Lithgow is great in everything.
Yes.
I realised that watching this movie. I totally forgot how John Lithgow was amazing in everything, but it was so funny because we were watching
Worried about
Santa
his
Claus
role
the movie.
in Pet Sematary coming up.
No, he's gonna be great.
Oh, he's gonna be great.
But we're watching Santa Claus the movie, and you've got like they're trying to do it as that classic tale of Saint Nicholas and stuff, and they're always
She's gonna swear on her
referencing.
dad's picture.
She is.
There we go. She's sworn now.
Yeah, that means something.
Yeah.
It's like every time they keep referencing to like the prophecy in inverted commas about how it's like they'll meet, the elves are like there's gonna be a guy that's gonna come along, he's gonna have no kids of his own, but he's gonna have all the kids in the world to look after. There's like 4 or 5 points where they fucking say to him like, you've got no kids of your own. Every fucking time if you watch that movie they say that. He looks at his wife and I swear, it's like reading between his lines. It's like, yeah, she's barren. And and I'm fucking laughing my ass off. And Jessica's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Yeah, elves."
Little sneaky bastard elves.
It's like something I was like, I'd never watch this movie if it wasn't Christmas. Like,
see, I do love all this setup though with the camera.
Reminds me of Cape Fear when they're running the. You're supposed to be attached to a teddy bear. Yeah, like attached to a teddy bear.
Home Alone, but
Home setting traps.
Oh, that's probably better.
That's when we're going to see Santa Claus in a minute with all those tattoos all across his body.
Yeah, and the maid strangles him with a fucking piano wire.
Yeah. This I didn't understand, right? So he's brought in all this snack food, okay? And the mum said, don't eat any snack food. So he's just given her a tub of ice cream and a spoon. She's opened it up and it looks about half full.
Yeah. And he opens another half full one,
half full as well. And I'm like,
it's the same flavour. What's wrong with you people?
Waste. But then I was like, maybe continuity. They started as large tubs, but they had to do so many
Is it possibly a bit of product placement though?
Right.
Christmas movie is perfect for fucking product placement though, right?
All the junk food you want to
get. All the jumpers you can sell. So they've set the cameras up now to try and get evidence of Santa Claus. And I do like the way he, like I said, he drilled out that little doorknob just so that he could get the camera looking right for it.
I was just wondering if you were a parent and your kid decided that was what they were going to do, how you would get around it if you didn't want to break the spell.
It's going to grow up to be a piece of Tom.
See, the thing is, we had an old fireplace in our front room.
The reaction is always you dress up like Santa and put on the show.
We had to take the old fireplace out in our front room, and when we did that, obviously we had to explain to Dylan why we were closing it off. And then his question was, well, how's Santa Claus going to come through? And I just looked at him and went, magic.
Yeah, magic, dude.
Magic, And
a wizard did it.
This is kind of what I love about this film as well, because, I mean, when it comes to them fully explaining Santa Claus and how he does all the things, he just kind of looks at the camera like, I'm Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You might as well just go, I'm Kurt Russell.
I like though, in this, how he's like, they do, like, we'll come to it, where it's like, he kind of explains the reason he can jump in and out of the house is because of the hat.
Yes.
So it's
spoilers.
I know. It's very specific. I like that they threw that in there. He's at the back of the house.
Oh, here we go.
This is where
horror movie.
This is where he falls off the roof. He puts a jacket on and becomes Santa, isn't it?
No, that's the Tim Allen one. That's the Tim Allen one. Right. Okay. So they're looking for him, and he's leaping from.
Look, this could be the next Cloverfield. Every movie that comes out on Netflix, you're always like, "Is this Cloverfield? Is this a Cloverfield movie?"
It's attached to parallel universe theory.
Yeah.
I love how over the years, though, it's like, how do we explain how he gets through all the places, so quickly in one night?
Well, it's like the Santa Claus one, isn't it? Where it literally generates a bloody... Didn't have a fireplace? Not a problem. I make one.
That's it. The super magic that makes Santa Claus jump in and out of all the houses,
the fact that half the population have been bad.
The magic sleighs. I'm sure... I swear I saw one Christmas movie where as Santa Claus is flying, his sleigh drops magic that makes people stay asleep, so it's
puts them under a spell.
So the night is longer. For everybody else. I thought that was quite cool.
Oh, it's funny watching this, obviously, because you guys have seen it, and everyone else, if you've not, you'll see this later. But the reindeer look fine and everything like this. I wonder if they spent the budget on the reindeer and then they come to the elves.
Yeah,
where the elves are for the kids, mate. The elves are for the kids.
You know,
and they're not in
know.
it too much, but there is a scene later on where there is pandemonium going on screen, and it was just like...
It's rough.
It's rough.
Let's get to that. We got to get to that point first. You know, we got to get to see the man first. He sets everything up. As soon as I saw him, I was just like,
it's on.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now the film's on. Now
I don't care if the elves are 7 feet tall carrying flamethrowers. They're fucking elves.
That'd be bad.
Literally, I mean, as soon as
lead
this sequence
majors.
started, I got invested in the film because I knew that the man himself was about to...
You're being mad.
Look at this fucking Assassin's Creed kid, look. There was no reason to jump from that height.
I mean, this is a film about a magical man. That I didn't believe.
Yeah, no, that's what happens when you become a parent.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, young lady, that was dangerous.
Yeah. So they're jumping on.
That is the dream, though, right? This is the dream. Every kid getting into Santa's sleigh, right?
Yeah.
This is living the dream right now.
But it's the point as well where they're in there and they're just like, we don't know what to do now.
Yeah, no,
Look
what I
at
do.
him. He literally stopped. Look, that's the Predator turn. Right there.
Yeah, that was the predator. I hear something. But it's like,
Want some can?
You know, he says that right there. He's just like, let's get off here. And she's just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, what are you talking about,
She's
Teddy?
like, how many kids get to go on Santa's sleigh?
You know, you stay.
Oh, right in the face. Just hit those kids in the face with his sack. Santa speaking Elvish.
Santa's sack, yeah.
That's a great subtitle. Santa
Not
speaks
too
Elvish.
bad special effects on the stage.
I mean, dude, I think it was like, if we're going to spend money on a scene with CGI, do it with one that Kurt Russell's in,
This is
you
like
know?
a money shot right there.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
flying off from the ground, going in through the clouds,
Yeah.
past all the
sleigh looks
reindeer.
badass as well.
Yeah,
Boom
right.
over the
Silhouette
moon.
past the moon.
Yeah,
It's a
gotta be
big money
done.
shot.
Yeah.
But this sequence, I got choked up. You know, when the sudden moment happens and girl goes flying off, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
You know, part of the fear of heights and everything. But yeah, the reaction that's coming up when they first see each other.
Yeah, see, this is all cool. You know, when you look at it and you're just like, how does the technology work? But it's just like, it's Elvis magic. You know?
Ancient sat-nav.
Yeah, you know, he's got all this technology. Have you ever seen Arthur Christmas?
Yeah, dude.
When they go fully like modern, you're like, I don't like that. Let's get back to the old sleigh with the reindeers. You know,
Yeah.
come on, that works better.
That movie's actually funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
it's
Who was that
pretty damn
recently?
good.
What's the grandpa in it? I've forgotten his name. He was in like Quadrophenia and everything, right?
Yeah,
that
famous
guy?
British actor.
Oh fuck, I forgot his name. But he's brilliant
Santa
as like grandpa's
Claus.
in it. My dad. There he is.
Yeah,
He looks so good.
Everything just goes fucking crazy now. I was
And
on
now
the
it
edge of
all
my
goes
seat.
fuck
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah, I was
You
just
know?
like, "Holy shit!" You could, bah.
Yeah,
I mean, like, she goes fast there.
and gone.
and
yeah.
the funny thing is, I was
You're
sat-
kind of like, she's already on the ground, dude.
when I was sat there, I was kind of getting all excited for this, and then I was just like, you imagine a small child watching this.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
for them, this would be like Avengers for them. It's like, oh my god, I'm falling out of Santa's sleigh. What the hell? I wish I had a brother to save me, or you know, family member. But yeah, he's matching her speed. That's some good damn flying you got there, Santa.
That's some good clutch control.
Yeah, he's nice leveling it up, but there's some technical faults. Oh, there's a fucking plane as well. That's where most of the budget went, probably.
You might be right, yeah, dude.
Doesn't he look fucking
Oh, mate, he
awesome?
looks the fucking business, right?
You know, that big white beard, the big red hat and the coat, you know.
He does, you know, this is why after this recently and after playing Red Dead, I watched fucking Hateful Eight. So I'm like,
Nice,
look,
yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah.
got the mustache, he just grew the chin in.
So, warp gates, are we thinking?
Yeah, dude,
I mean,
he like
small
this is
wormhole
like Guardians of the
technology.
Galaxy 2, right?
Yeah, he can just jump
gate
out
jumping.
anywhere.
This is good because always like every Santa Claus movie does the kind of like different way you
shit.
can make it around the world.
That's
Sometimes
right.
it's time
The different
control.
magic,
This one,
yeah.
he's got warp speed, you know. And
Yeah.
Oh, he's lost it. I love this because while I was watching this, I was like,
it's just like
one
all you can see
objective,
is,
yeah,
plot
no
point,
objective.
plot point.
objective there. Oh,
Everywhere, like it's like Arthur Christmas hit. They're just continuously losing reindeer. It's like, plot point everywhere.
and I'm just like, how the fuck are they going to get out of this? And then boom, you know, he's got an escape plan. It's
got
a
wings.
glider.
Like James Bond, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Bit
What's
ropey
that?
special effects there.
The car needs to go under the water. Not a problem. Q.
Well, you say ropey special effects. Not the first time Kurt Russell's worked with ropey special effects.
Well, because he's not
it's not.
surfing on a wave of sewage right now.
You know, well, yeah, but he makes it look cool.
He does.
No.
Yeah, that whole basketball scene in Escape from LA is worth it, man.
I didn't say anything about the basketball scene. I was talking about when he was surfing.
So We've crashed.
Look, look how far they were thrown from that sleigh. How is she not?
Scratch.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not being rude or anything, but how'd she not break them fucking sheep's teeth she's rocking at the front there? Like,
Santa Claus magic. Mate.
Oh
magic.
shit!
Christmas
A wizard did it.
It's
Sorry,
spilled all over.
Sorry,
it's spilled all over.
A wizard did it.
Yeah. Eric is stumbling out. A couple of beer cans are going to fall out onto the floor in a minute.
See, I was already under the theory that this was no accident and this was Santa Claus's plan from the get-go.
Yeah, he pretty much knows what's going on, doesn't he?
See, a part of me is the film going to go with the whole, it was actually Sugar Rush. You know, they're going to wake up in the cupboard and this is all actually a dream. But big reveal!
Live and in person.
He's a sexy motherfucker, Joe.
Oh, mate, he's amazing, isn't he? You
then
see him in it and you're like, how did this not happen before?
In the interviews I was watching with Kurt Russell, all the female presenters were just, you know, their jaws were just permanently open.
In love
their
with
tongues just hanging out. Just like, yeah. And that is partially his own beard again as well. I mean, we've talked about Kurt motherfucking Russell's facial hair before.
Yeah.
But yeah, he grew his own beard again, and then it is all extensions, but all the base of it is, of course, his.
I love it because, like, we're watching it with subtitles on, obviously, and that, but the voice that comes out where he's like, "Who can eat 1,000,000 cookies? Well, I can." Like, it's pure Kurt Russell.
He's got such an amazing voice as
really
well.
He really does.
What did you do?
But it's like when he dropped that little fake news line as well.
Yeah.
It's like very up to date, isn't it? There's a few little sort of like very 2018 references in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We'll date it, possibly. But still,
Well, you say dated. Christmas movies are always dated. You know, once the year goes along, you're like, oh, that's.
But you're part of the charm of. I mean, I guess watching old Christmas movies reminds you of that time of Christmas you first discovered it, or first
it's almost like.
it.
Do you think that Christmas movies almost get a pass where it's like they're as long as they're half decent, they're destined to become classics because you'll rewatch them every year.
Yeah,
There's not many other. It's around the holidays.
Films.
It's like Halloween, obviously,
horror
movies
movies
and stuff like that. But there's certain movies, but I don't think it's true for all the holidays because it's not like we get to Valentine's Day and it's like, oh man, we got to watch these 5 movies because they're like the best Valentine's Day movies.
Films released.
I think that I'm not being funny. I think that does work more for the girls, if you know what I mean.
Oh, he's just giving Teddy the briefing about being a lost believer as well. Yeah, and he's telling them that if he does not get back on his sleigh, Santa Claus cannot deliver his presents. Christmas will just.
I like there's a big concept thing that comes up later in the film, and I like he has this device like a watch that tells him what the Christmas spirit level is at.
Yes,
that's awesome.
He says that throughout the centuries that bad years have been results of him not delivering Christmas presents to those that are meant to get it.
Yeah.
Like world wars started.
Yes.
Nukes were dropped on Christmases that he did not fulfill his job.
To remind them how good they can be.
It's a weird world to live in.
but also makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
I'm like,
bad Christmases resulted all the horrible things that happened.
That's what I'm saying. When I had that thing with my brother, it was just like, if I don't do something, it's going to be my bad knock-on effect all over again, and I can't do that, so I'm going to be Santa Claus. And so then when people turn to me and they go, oh,
tracking device for the sack.
How can how can you tell Dylan that there's a Santa Claus? I'm like, because I am motherfucking Santa Claus. I want to see the smile on his face December 25th when he unwraps that present, because there is no better feeling in the world
man. When
than seeing a fucking smile on a kid's face. Or even when you're not a parent.
You work all year basically. When they come in and you just hear he's been.
Yeah.
And you're like, yes, kid, now go back to bed because it's 4 a.m. and Daddy was on the jack last night. It's like I stayed up till midnight watching Screws, alright? Just fucking Die Hard and everything, just go to bed.
But that's it. That's what Santa Claus would be like on Christmas Day. He'd be like, elves, shut the fuck up. I was up all last night. Give me at least 364 more days to sleep this through. But he's just realised as well he can't do his magic jump because he hasn't got his magic hat. That I thought was quite
that was a great touch.
Please, it's just like everything.
I love how he's got equipment.
Yeah,
wife always told him to take a spare.
It's like he's not magic. Well, it's like he's part of the magic.
First reference to Mrs. Claus, which will pay off.
Yeah,
at the end of the movie,
but it's like everything that he's got has a part. Like the hat plays part, giving him all the magic abilities, jump around. His coat has magical compartments. His bag.
Oh yeah, he pulls shit out of that coat all the way through the movie, doesn't he? Yeah, and I love that as well.
Yeah, it's just like all these added features. This isn't no Miracle on 34th Street, fucking standard Santa. This is your fucking magic one.
It's like Miracle on 34th Street compared to this is like the Chris Nolan version of Santa, where he's like, we're going to ground everything in reality.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if Santa was real, he'd just be a dude.
I did actually...
A billionaire.
I did actually want to try and take the time of trying to see if I could edit some of the sequences from Christmas Chronicles into some sequences from The Thing. You know?
That would have been best. You could have dropped the line sort of like, you want to know a really bad Christmas? There was this one time in the Antarctic.
Yeah, exactly.
No one believed anybody.
While he's talking about nobody getting presents, you're just cutting to Palmer. You know, it's about the change. This is what happens when you lose Christmas spirit.
I'd rather not spend my Christmas tied to this fucking couch. Do you know what? I love this bit because this is my favourite thing in all Santa Claus movies that he can do, where he can look at someone and go, Iain, you remember that Christmas where you didn't get your PlayStation? And it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is my favourite Santa power, and this is probably the most constant one that carries over in every single movie. But I think this is one of the best that they do.
Yes, it's a great example of it.
Where she's basically like, I remember sneaking into your room when you were 4. Yeah. Like, sorry, what, mate?
And he even is. It's not.
It's 2018, motherfucker. Hashtag me too.
It's like he knows everything that you've done in the past, and at the same time, he knows exactly what they're doing right now, because he says to her in a minute, he's just like, "You're getting ready to give your mum that beautiful scarf you've knitted," and she's like, "What?"
But the thing is, it's like, he doesn't just comment on stuff that happens at Christmas as well. It's like he knows everything about everyone, which is like okay, now it's getting creepy.
It's very scary. But
that's the thing. He's got to keep track of you all year, hasn't he? He's got to make sure you're being good.
Good point. Of course, he knows everything.
Because the only other thing that we as a culture is religion, and that's a god power.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he is a divine being, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, look, Uber, don't have an account. Such a good cultural reference again.
Wasn't he a divine being in Guardians of the Galaxy recently as well?
You mean Guardians, not Guardians of the Galaxy. You mean Rise of the Guardians.
No, he means Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, shit. I thought you meant Santa, not Kurt Russell. Sorry. But yes, he was.
Yes.
Yeah, walk that fine line, boys. Remember, Kurt Russell is not Santa Claus.
Don't dude, not right now, okay? Like, let me have my I love this.
This bit is brilliant. He just starts talking to absolutely...
Because everyone thinks he's a crazy old man. Yeah, the point is like, we're so fucking detached from all these things now as a thing, that if the real Santa... if he walked into this room right now, we're like, motherfucker, we're recording a podcast.
Get out.
No,
I can sit down and get the microphone. Cause
billboards at £80.
I mean, what I loved about this whole sequence is he starts talking to everybody and he starts saying their name, and they're all looking at him like, how the hell do you know
my
that?
name? Yeah.
And he talks to...
Am I on a reality TV show right now?
It's when he talks to the guy about the Porsche. That's coming up in a second.
Oh, yeah.
That bit, I almost died in my seat, like, oh my god, how could they... yeah, we'll get to that bit. I'm trying not to spoil it.
But it's the total, unbelief on his face. And again,
he starts speaking Korean.
Yeah, because he knows every language.
Yeah. And then none of them question it. They're just like, oh, it's just a crazy guy in a suit. Well, how does he know your name? How can
he speak your language? Yeah.
In
There's
Hindi.
There's a bit of racism here as well. This is funny.
Really?
Yeah, I speak English, you moron. Oh, shit. But it's because Christmas spirit is dropping. Everybody's starting to get angsty with each other.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got to get back to his job. Larry and Sheila, you drove your Porsche, didn't you, Larry? And Larry's like, oh, okay, yeah. How would you like to trade it for a mint condition baseball card? And I don't know anything about baseball, but that's a signed card.
That card, I looked it up, and it was worth over $2 million.
Exactly. And the wife...
So this is really just a financial transaction he's going through.
Yeah. But the wife...
Oh, shit, I remember now. Yeah.
She takes it, and then she just...
You ain't trading that Porsche?
No.
Oh. I'm like...
Kick that bitch in the face.
Look at Santa Claus's face. He's like, oh, Merry Christmas. She's just ripped £2 million, or at least...
just destroyed it instantly.
No clue.
Amber Alert situation.
Santa, we got to get out of here.
I was dreading this, and the film went full into it, and that is the whole the police are going to be after Santa Claus because...
Well,
he's always got to get arrested.
Yeah, he's got to get into some kind of trouble.
Let's say I've seen this story beat before.
We spend all this time, like, saying, like, oh, kids, you got to believe in Santa Claus. But if a guy walked up to him in the street when I was holding my daughter and went, hey, little girl, I'm Santa Claus, I'd be like, get the fuck away from my kid. In the like, I'm not being funny and without upsetting anyone, but in the same way that if you believe in God, it's very hard for someone to go like, I saw God in my, I saw Jesus on my toast. I'm like, you're a crazy person.
But this is the thing where
we still have that.
I struggle because this is a film universe where they know Santa's real because of the mysterious presents that turn up every year.
Yeah, but this is the funny thing as well, is that Santa Claus always has to be taken out of the picture.
This is great. He only does this for Teddy. He didn't need to talk to this guy.
Yeah,
this is where you could be.
But the
50 pounds overweight.
But the kids have caused this. And this
is great.
They not only need the relationship.
Karma, motherfucker.
They need the relationship to bond them back together as brother and sister, but they also need to rectify and repair Christmas because it's their actual movie. Santa Claus could do it. He knows he could do it as well because he's probably done it a billion times. Accidentally crashed into a building some year or whatever. But. He's got these two kids now, and they're going to be helping him. So when you put, like you said, them in that universe,
watching fucking Stranger Things. Nice one, Netflix. Well played.
That's the most Stranger Things I've ever seen.
You can finally, when people are like, "Have you seen Stranger Things?" You go, "I have actually."
Saw it over somebody's shoulder.
Only a little bit.
on an iPad on a TV. Break into like a billion homes.
I do love the whole explanation.
Yeah, he's got no point for that, has he? He's got no comeback. He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I love the whole point about stealing, property and being bad in this universe as well, because it's very hard to explain to kids about being naughty and nice when you inadvertently, as a parent, give to them anyway because everybody will judge you.
If you don't behave, Christmas is cancelled. It's not. She could stab someone. We're still going to have Christmas.
I would have no qualms. I've said this to my wife. I'd have no qualms. If my son was an absolute devil child through the year, Christmas would come and go in our house and he would get nothing because I would teach him you be naughty or nice at the end of the year. But obviously I've been outweighed. And it's like, no, we can't do that. And I understand why we can't do that.
I now wish Linda was in this room.
She would, yeah.
Iain, me and you's going to have a talk.
But it's the explanation he gives with this. Like, this guy who's already stolen this car and is on the naughty list for life.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is how your life turns out if you are constantly naughty.
Oh, Not only do you get moral lesson for...
Not only do you get no presents from Santa Claus,
them, isn't it?
But you have no Christmas spirit either.
Yeah.
And you start to... You just start to be a bit of a douche to people at Christmas time, where I always try to be on the nice list.
Junk is Santa's treasure.
You try to be on the nice list as best as you can.
Yeah.
Because I like getting presents at Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another little that's the knife from his dad, right? Where he's put up here so he sees it through, which is a weird thing to write on a knife.
Yes.
That's like basically now twist the blade so the wound won't close.
Yeah. It's just like I looked at that and it was at the beginning when the mum's just like I'm not sure if I agree with this present. And
that's another great line. Sorry, there where he's just thrown that together to create a police scanner. He's like, you just threw that together, and he's like, I am the greatest toy maker in the world.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like look, that's apart from all the magic shit, I am actually a dude who makes the toys.
Every time something comes up where they question it, his response is, "I'm fucking Santa Claus."
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm Kurt motherfucking Santa Claus. I found one of the best things for my kid out of a movie where she was like having a few questions about Santa, and you want to keep, like you said, we've said it a minute times, you want to keep the magic alive for as long as possible. Is we were watching Elf. And she's questioned me before about sort of like, I think, she's like, how does Santa make an iPad and stuff like that? Yeah. How could Santa make like this? How do you get an Xbox from Santa and stuff like that? And then we're watching Elf, and there is a point where the elves are like about to start, where it's like, look, before we start talking about how to make the latest processors.
Yeah.
And you could see she had a kind of, oh shit, they fucking do know how to make it. And I'm like, yeah, man, they're elves. That's
what I love about...
Where do you think we get the technology from?
Well, that's it. That's what I love about Santa Claus the movie, where, like I said, with Dudley Moore, because they're making all these wooden toys, and you get into the generation where kids don't want wooden toys anymore. They want a new upgraded thing. And Dudley Moore's argument in that movie is like, we need to get 21st century.
No, right, that's interesting, because that's something I picked up on, is there's a moment where they're doing the machine and he's like, it's going too fast. He goes, welcome to the 20th century. I was like, dated that motherfucker. It's the 21st now.
You've also got to think about how the population has grown so much that their production factories must have expanded.
Did you guys ever see the, was it American Dad? Where Stewie and... it's it's Family Guy, of course.
The reindeer.
They always have those like Road to Rhode Island or Road somewhere, and it's a episode that's always focused on Stewie and Brian.
Yeah, those are my
and
favourite.
they go Road to North Pole.
Yeah.
You seen that one?
Yeah.
Where they go to Santa's factory, and it is horrifying. And the elves are all like inbred and like, just
Right, okay.
Have you not seen it?
No.
The reindeer are feral, and like the elves wander out into the snow to die, and the reindeer eat them. It's fucked up, but it's also brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Those are the only Family Guy episodes I can really tolerate. Are those two characters?
I think they did another one on American Dad where like Santa's like pissed because the year before they shot him at a mall or something because they thought it was a mall Santa and he popped in by accident because he got his first gun. So they have a big shootout in a fucking like in a cabin in the woods, and like they're throwing like baubles as grenades and shit.
Didn't South Park have a recurring Santa as well?
Yeah.
I remember.
Early days of South Park,
Jesus.
man.
Yeah.
That was I think that was the
They did
first
some amazing
series
ones.
where he
Yeah.
ended up fighting Jesus to see which one of them was the most popular.
I like when they did like a kind of South Park, like an anthology one with at Christmas, and you had one where it was like Santa Claus and Jesus were singing Christmas songs on karaoke, and he's like, they kept like changing up the lyrics because it was Jesus kept singing songs of like, religious ones, I guess. And then Santa just burst into like Rio or something, like, or like Duran Duran or something.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you do? He's like, well, look, there's like 500 Jesus Christmas songs and 4 Santa ones. What do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah.
hightailing it out on it.
Yeah, time to get that Dodge Charger going.
Going back to what you were saying earlier about keeping kids happy and giving them presents, whether they've been, naughty or nice.
Yeah.
And I was in town today, very busy, lots of people, and all the kids today were really, really well behaved.
Yeah, it's getting close.
I'm like, it's getting close.
Yep.
And was at the checkout area.
Yeah.
And it was a kid who looked like he was about to start kicking off, and the mother just went, "Be nice, because Santa will be able to see you if you've been naughty." And he's like, "Yeah, how's Santa going to see me here?" And she pointed up to the security camera.
Yeah, dude, my wife does the
Santa's
same.
looking at you through those security
He's
cameras.
in the
And
lights.
he's like, okay.
She points to the fucking light bulbs in the house, like, you can see through the lights. And you see Jessica does that kind of, no, he can't. But she does have a little sideways glance, like, I'm being good. Like,
That's it. That's how you got to get it.
feed those reindeer fucking candy
I
canes. That's
wasn't
right.
too sure about the CGI reindeer. But then I was just like, you know what? I'd rather they go with this than actually trying to get...
You can tell
It's
that
not
it's
bad.
not
8
real.
Raider.
What's the budget like on this one? Do you know?
No.
And I wonder how much of that was taken up by getting Kurt Russell. Obviously,
Right,
but-
yeah.
Oh, you probably
do
took a
know
pay
that-
cut, mate.
Oh, well, I mean, look. You never know because it's Netflix, dude. They got bank, so
Yeah.
they can probably spend what they want on something.
Well, they did say that it had over 20 million views in its first week on Netflix.
So
which
whatever
is-
they spent,
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, you literally said at the start of this, you didn't have Netflix,
I didn't.
and you got it because Kurt Russell was playing Santa. So.
I didn't have Netflix. I wasn't a big fan of it. There was nothing on there that I wanted to watch. Then I heard that this was coming out onto Netflix, and I was like, well, I'll get it at some point. And then I come home, and the wife is just like, I bought Netflix.
Yeah.
I went, really? And she's like, yeah. And I knew before she even said it that the reason that she got it was because of Christmas Chronicles. Kurt Russell. She did post on
Facebook.
She loves it.
Kurt Russell is Santa.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, she forgot as well that she'd done that. And so, like, we had it for about a month.
Trading in 8 reindeer for
Wait
400
about a month before this came out. And then when this dropped, I came home after watching Escape from New York in the cinema.
Yes.
And she's just sat there watching this. And I'm like, you're watching this without me? There was like a point in my heart where
This
I'm
is
like,
a deal breaker, Linda.
oh my God, she cheated on me with Kurt Russell. She just left me high and dry. But the fact that when I got in, she had this big smile on her face, this whole chase sequence, it seems crazy, but Kurt Russell driving a fast car again. It's fucking death proof.
Yeah,
Look
right.
at those faces.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I never did see the most recent Fast and Furious films, but I think Kurt Russell turned up in those.
Did he?
Yes,
Yes.
He's an agent working, trying to
I haven't seen any of them, to be fair.
trying to get Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character to deal with Jason Statham's character.
They're having a fucking
Who's
spin-off,
dealing
right?
with Vin Diesel's character?
Yeah, they've got a new Shaw and Hobbs is their own spin-off. Obviously, I don't think Vin Diesel's planning on coming back because of the whole Paul Walker thing.
Right.
You know, so it's like, well, we need to keep the franchise alive. We've established these two new characters.
So they need to do a couple of films that do really badly, and then Vin Diesel does a couple of films that do really badly, and then they make
Reunion
the
time.
12th version.
Yeah, basically.
I love these two cops.
These two cops were great.
There is, like, one is about to instantly believe, or whatever, like essentially, like he's going to believe, and the other one's not.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. But this is actually one of the other. I don't know their names. Dave, I guess. One of them is like, there's a really heartwarming story through this for him and stuff. You know.
That's it. I mean, the two cops, they are wanting to arrest him because they've just chased him down the street. He's got a young boy in a car, and the car is reported stolen. So everything points to the fact that the cops are doing their job.
Well, yeah, because it looks like a strange man in a Santa Claus outfit has abducted this child.
Now, I didn't know if
stolen the car.
Yeah, but I didn't know if this was like a thing from the director.
That was again sort of like the elves build thousands of cars every year.
Well, exactly.
Who are these fuckers getting cars for Christmas, man?
Right? Living real good.
I mean, the fact that the cops have not shot him yet, actually, I don't know if there's a message from the director saying, look, police officers of America, you do not have to just shoot a man who's got a child in a car. If he says he's Santa Claus, he may be.
I like that. I don't do the ho ho ho.
That's a myth.
But by saying he doesn't do it, by doing it?
Yes. Yeah, it's
Does
so
that
contradictory. Yeah, I don't say
Dude, I'm going to throw out to you Hotel Transylvania, man. Adam Sandler did it first. He's like, I don't say blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you just did.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just dropped Adam Sandler on him expecting Gary to know.
Well, it's Christmas, dude. I mean, I had to.
Yeah. True. So they got to arrest Santa Claus, but Santa Claus knows he's got to send the kids to rescue all of his shit. Once he gets all of his shit, everything can get back to normal. But does Santa know this? Does he?
Of course he does. He's Santa.
I was going.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course he does. It's magic, isn't it?
Okay, sorry,
Wizard did it.
Gary was mentioning something earlier, and you were saying about about the grandchildren. Was it you said
Yes,
earlier about?
all of Kurt Russell's and Goldie Hawn's grandchildren are all the names that are in Santa's book in this film.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when he is delivering presents to all the houses, they call out all of the names.
Do you think?
I wish they got.
Do you think he got to keep the suit?
Oh, I hope so. I hope. I wish that they'd have got
told a
Wyatt,
story,
his son into it. Wyatt Russell.
Yeah, right, Russell.
We just watched him in Overlord, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was
But Kurt Russell told the story of how when the kids were younger, they drove and they wanted to go see Santa in the mall.
Yeah.
And so Kurt Russell got the whole family into the car, drove all the way to the mall, and they got there, and there was no more Santa.
Right.
And so Kurt was like, where is it? Where is he? Do you have the suit? And they were like, well, yeah, Mr. Russell. And he was like, can I put it on?
Oh,
And
the man's a legend.
So
Yes.
Kurt Russell went and got the Santa Claus suit on and became the mall Santa for nearly 2 hours.
Oh,
and
no,
of
mate.
course, kids were coming, grandkids were coming up to him, and they thought it was Santa. They couldn't tell it was.
Oh, mate, to be famous and not have a job to
I
go
just
to,
thought
you have
that
that
was
much time in your hand to
knew
do
he
cool,
could-
cool
You already
things.
knew he could be Santa Claus, and
that's
now he's
fucking
actually
epic.
playing the part.
Fucking cracking story that is. That's brilliant.
I just sat on his lap, totally.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
So I like that. Where it's sort of like he's being led off to the car there, and then he's like, "Yeah, just wait a second, and you're gonna see." And then the reindeer come around. He's like, "Ha, Santa's fucking Gandalf, dude." In this, where sort of like when Gandalf in Lord of the Rings is sort of like he knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he's never surprised when shit goes his way. Basically, it's the same fucking power Santa Claus has got.
Gotta hook the bells.
He's a
Gotta hook the
wizard.
bells. Need them to fly.
Attach his jingle bells. Jingle bells.
I wasn't too sure. I mean, this one cop now sees the reindeers all fly and is not, like I said, a total believer.
Yeah.
And the other cop is distracted by trying to deal with Santa Claus, so he doesn't get to see it. I was kind of upset that
It's like when you have to fix the Christmas lights at home and there's one bulb out. Come on. Bing. Yay.
I was kind of hoping that these two cops would be like partners close enough that one being a believer would
Look at
really
all these other
affect
cops
the
that are
other
about to
one.
find out as well. Actually,
Right.
I never fucking cottoned on to that.
But yeah, because they
Like,
jump
that's
right
talk-
over the top
Talk
of
to
them
the
and
9 other
disappear.
cops, motherfucker, that
But
saw it
none
too.
of them
They
say
all
it.
duck.
None of them
Yeah,
see
that's
it.
true.
None of
Do you
them
know
see
what?
it.
Actually, that's true. I didn't think of that.
Because as soon as they decide to turn
He's like,
around,
turn around.
Yeah, and
Oh,
they're
yeah,
like,
I forgot about this. Good shout.
but not one of them turned around. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Hey, but they did look up in the air. Why would they look up in the air? They fucking know.
Because the reindeers, yeah. You missed it, Dave. You missed it. Sorry you missed it, Dave.
But now he's going to have to book him.
Yeah.
Come on, Santa, you're going in with a winos.
See, special effects on the reindeers, yeah, just getting them to fly around.
Wide shots are easy though, aren't they?
Yeah.
That
And there you go.
That is
And
stock
now-
footage background.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was superimposed in.
Wasn't that using Superman 2 or Superman 1?
I think this is just before he catches her.
Yeah.
I just rewatched a Christmas movie with Margot Kidder in, actually.
Which one?
Black Christmas.
Ah, any good?
Wow.
No, it's sucks. Do you know what? No, I quite like Black Christmas only because it's like I know that it's like it was done before Halloween.
Yeah.
The year
And then
before or
John
just
Carpenter
before?
spoke to I can't remember the director's name because he's done 2 Christmas because he did Christmas Story as well, which is like weird. But when he was speaking to him, he proposed a sequel to Black Christmas where Billy comes out of a mental institution at the end, where he's actually captured at the end of the first one.
Spoilers.
And then comes out. Sorry, well, no, because that's not what happens. But he proposed that he's captured in Black Christmas.
Okay.
And then the sequel is a year later. He comes out on Halloween and stalks them, and that then led on to John Carpenter doing Halloween. And if you watch Black Christmas, there's a lot of POV shots of the fucking guy going through the house. And obviously, you got the opening to Halloween with Mike Myers. So. I only saw that. I only read that recently when I rewatched it.
Get your tissues ready, everybody, because now comes the emotional family ties moment.
Yeah.
This is where they talk about how they haven't been to church since their father's funeral, and the sister, and like I said, the sister has accepted that their dad is dead, and still believes in Santa. Where the brother,
Do you think this is a lot to do with the fact that the mum's working away, so it's almost like she's assumed herself as the head of the household?
Yeah,
She's very much her father's daughter.
Yeah, kind of, because the brother seems to have spent a lot of time just leaving her alone. Doing his own thing, going out with all of his friends, stealing cars. But this, it didn't tug on heartstrings, but I was just like, maybe it's just not me. Somebody else might watch this and get this whole moment, the knife falling out of the hand.
Yeah.
The fact that he wished he'd
Well,
told
it's
his
the whole
dad he was
having
proud
a Christmas
of him.
without a family member.
Oh yeah,
Or,
it's horrifying, isn't it?
your father.
Really,
Yeah. A parent.
Do you find though, like with Christmas movies again, they don't have to work that hard to tug at your heartstrings
they
because
don't,
you're
do
all
they?
in that
It's
fucking
really
mood for
easy
stuff.
to do,
I would
yeah.
say a million times over that there's that fucking advert that Toys R Us did when Force Awakens came out, the Christmas one,
Right.
breaks me to this day when I watch it. You ever see that one?
I don't remember it.
Man, this fucking advert is amazing. It's where like it's so Force Awakens just come out, right?
Yeah.
So it starts with a baby and the dad is like playing with the baby with a little Yoda toy. And he's like, "Oh, little baby, I see," and all this and the baby's crying. And then it cuts forward a few years, and the kid he's dressing her for Halloween as fucking Chewbacca, and the daughter's just looking at him and just goes, "Mum," like fucking what is he doing? And then the daughter's a bit older again, comes in, he's watching Star Wars and he's all wide-eyed staring at it, and it's like Luke versus
I
Vader.
think
And
I
he's
remember,
like, "Sweetie, you want to watch Star Wars with me?" And she just walks off. And you can, he's got no relationship with her. So then they walk into a Toys R Us store, and it's the obligatory product placement of all the toys. Star Wars is back.
Yeah.
And he's walking through it like, "Oh my fuck, this is my childhood has come back." And he's walking around and he's calling out to her. I'm going to fucking cry when I tell her. He's calling out to her and stuff like that, and he's looking for it, and he walks round a corner, and she's got a toy lightsaber in her hand.
Yeah.
And she's fucking swinging it around, the music kicks in, and he just looks at her and goes, "I am your father." Fucking breaks me to this day, dude. And it's like, but I think it's like because it's that Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like you're at this heightened emotional state. So I'm not surprised when you say that. It is only a little, almost like a throwaway scene of, "Oh, we've not been to church since Dad died," and you're
But
you
it's
haven't been to church since Dad died.
But it's like it's his favourite song that they're
playing as well.
church is singing, the choir.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
And I suppose touch wood, we haven't had to like kind of deal with that,
touch wood.
thing, but you can imagine. I mean, look, it's fucking breaking the kid. Like, you'd think that kind of thing would hit you harder at Christmas because that's when you surround yourself with family and everything. Like, you make time to go maybe see family members you don't see all the time. So if one wasn't there, you would get that fucking empty feeling, wouldn't you?
It also makes it a nice swap where she's not she's kind of the stronger character.
Yeah, and he literally in that scene turns face straight away.
Yeah,
doesn't
where
he?
she's basically just saying to him,
He's like,
you
"I'm
need
on
to go."
side." That's fucking great.
Yeah. This is a great sequence.
His eyes are like, fuck you.
I mean, we just
he does the whole weight thing here now, doesn't
he? Does my butt look that big? That was such a great moment in the trailer. Like, it's
slapping his ass in a Santa suit.
That is one where if you were the director filming it, you were just like, I just filmed a part of the trailer right there. Kurt Russell slapping his ass.
The cop still doesn't believe. He's just like, come on, man. I've been dealing with shit all this day.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, man.
He wants to go home.
Yeah.
Well, look, we've all had to work Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And, fucking hell, you're just like, I don't give a fuck about your shit.
Yeah.
I just want to go.
He's not officially a saint as well. That's what I always found was weird.
What, St. Nicholas?
Yeah.
Is he not?
Well, he's never turned up to
he's-
officially receive his
That's
saint.
it. Yeah, that's what he just said.
Interesting.
He's not officially a
Know
saint.
that. Oh, that's so cool, the magic coat.
Yeah. Just starts whipping out all these
Snoopy.
old flowers.
Yeah.
The Han Solo must be
Yes,
a
yeah.
collector's item, that.
It's like, if your wife rips that up like a fucking baseball card, punch the bitch.
It must remain in the packaging.
We frisked you. It's like, yeah, you did. But it's magic. I'm fucking Santa Claus.
Guybrush pockets.
Oh, mate, Santa would be so good in Fallout.
Yes. Infinite carry
All
space.
the guns.
I mean, we just got off that emotional scene with the family. And now he's about to explain to the cop, look, I know what you really want for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt this was actually worked really well for the film. You know, everything was Santa Claus, and I wasn't too sure about the family stuff. But without the family stuff, to balance this, you know, you have both kind of roots into the film now, and you're just like, yeah, I'm behind the kids, I'm behind Santa Claus. I want them to get Christmas back on track.
Yeah, you watch a lot of we watch a lot of family movies, right? You know, you take the kids to see movies that you like wouldn't necessarily normally go and see, and all the way through you're sort of like watching plot points where you're like, this is where the fucking animal loses the thing, and they got to find the thing so the animal can have the thing. And I've seen this movie 1,000 times. When it's a Christmas movie, you're like, oh no, fuck about this, it's important.
Yeah.
He's got to find that sack because otherwise Christmas is over, kid. All right, like we're in this.
Come on, Dave.
Scooch closer. We're watching this because I couldn't turn this movie halfway over and know that Christmas might not have been saved.
This is what I was feeling at this point. Santa Claus is convincing Dave to try and call his ex-wife.
Yeah. This is again that example of like he's got that power, he knows everything.
The thing is, he knows everything, and you have the whole Christmas thing is all I want for Christmas is you, and all he wants is his ex-wife. But and it's like, so Santa, that's not a present. It's not something he can gift wrap.
No.
But the thing is, Santa doesn't actually have to do anything in order to actually give him his Christmas present. Well, it's just it kind of happens
somebody
without
could
him
have
having
done
to do anything.
Well, I mean, he kind of, because he's saying to Dave at this point, you've got to ring her. Just ring her. She misses you. And Dave's like, no, I totally don't believe you. And Santa's just sat back. He's just like, all right, fine. We'll wait. We'll let Christmas spirit drop another fucking 10%.
He's Gandalf, mate. He knows how it's going to fucking play out.
Yeah.
Santa Claus turns up exactly when he needs to.
I don't know, whenever he kept saying how the Christmas spirit was dropping, I just kept flashing to Ghostbusters 2. Just seeing New York fucking falling apart and seeing the Ghostbusters in the tower.
Oh, please make Santa walk a fucking Statue of Liberty and ghetto blaster, man. Fucking A.
Gotta raise the Christmas spirit.
When bad things start to happen, Dave, you think it's bad now? You wait.
Yeah. Wait until I've got an eye patch.
Yeah.
It's like you just forgive Christmas movies for like what you would be like, oh man, this is so fucking cheesy. But you watch that fucking speech, the last speech in Scrooged.
Oh,
when Bill Murray goes off, right?
Man.
These days you couldn't like write that into a movie and have it pass the executive and be like, we're not fucking writing this shit, whatever. You watch that fucking speech in Scrooge. Like, I watch Scrooge every Christmas Eve. It's tradition in my house.
Yeah.
If my kid or my wife starts talking to her, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Bill Murray is about to explain Christmas to you.
It's more important than the Queen's speech.
It's more important than Queen's speech.
When he gets
It's a Murray
in his
speech.
eye,
Man, and you can tell that's so genuine when his voice is breaking and he's and he's just ranting at the camera. Every time I watch that film.
And
it's again Christmas movies. You get away with that shit.
I mean,
absolutely, can get away with it.
what about what's her face from Gremlins when she does her speech about her dad.
Oh, we watched that the other day, yeah. Do you know what's funny though? Is the one from Gremlins 2 is potentially worse.
Yes.
Doesn't it get interrupted?
Thank God. Because the Gremlins one is harrowing, obviously, sort of like, my dad tried to climb down the chimney and he died and we didn't know it for 3 days, broke his neck and we smelt the smell and blah, blah, blah. And then in the second one was like, this guy came up to me dressed as Santa Claus and was like, little girl. And her boyfriend was like, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Because we're on the clock and also I really don't want to hear the end of this fucking story. Like, leads her away. I'm glad that one didn't finish.
And after I finished watching this, because of all the goodness that happens in this, the true magic.
I fucking love this as well when she goes in.
Yeah, when she climbs in the sack.
Because again, this is another, like, we're establishing a bit of the mythos here where it's like, if you go in the sack, spoilers, you fucking get transported to the fucking North Pole, I guess, or whatever,
it made me want to watch Krampus. I wanted to see the evil Santa
What, the one from a couple
stuff.
of years back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's fucking funny.
When you reach into his sack,
Krampus looks so good, though.
Comes out.
Yeah, but Krampus looks so cool in that movie.
Yes,
I really liked it.
You have seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember all the demonic toys.
Look at it. It's a bunch of, like, Chicago street toughs.
Yeah.
Is it Chicago? Is that where they're?
Yeah, this is Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's a family Christmas movie, so none of them have any guns or knives. They haven't beaten them up
tough.
yet.
Yeah.
They just
street
act
tough.
tough.
But one of them's not too into it like the others.
Yeah, I love the one in the background. He just like,
hey man,
I'll say what's
not
I'll
worth it.
pop in, I'll say something, then I'll pop back out.
He's the guy from Trading Places. It's like,
I love the fact as well. They go from a simple robbery to potentially kidnapping and murder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. In a minute, this gets potentially dark as fuck.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And actually, the kid playing Teddy has a really good reaction to it. Like, he has a real, like, probably the best bit of acting he does in it.
I mean, he hasn't
has a
even
reaction
run
in it.
yet. How many of us would be in that situation?
I'll be like, dude, it's Dick Kick City. Start kicking dicks and then run. Like,
But they're just like, right, okay, we're going to take you and
But he's just had his bonding moment with his sister who's just disappeared into, his sack.
But that's the thing. I mean, when you sat there with your kid watching this, you'd be like, and what do you do when there's a stranger? Well, Teddy obviously didn't.
Dick Kick City.
Stranger danger. No, Teddy's like,
here it comes. Look, there it is. The fucking strange fucking, product of Pikachu fucking Gizmo. Like, what? I don't know but I do like that all the elves have Kurt Russell's mustache from Hateful Eight.
Yeah, they all do have beards.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's very cool. This is very colourful as well.
It's a magic wormhole in
This reminded me of BFG for some reason. When he goes to catch the dreams and stuff, this is what it reminded me of.
I love the fact that you see a car in a minute as it goes past. Like there's a toy car and then there's a
also
real
like
car.
all of the all the colours. It's the Aurora Borealis, isn't it? It's Northern Lights.
Yeah,
that you see in everything.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, right. See, fucking science on you, motherfucker.
Science, motherfucker. Everything is wrapped beautifully. Well, obviously not that bike or basketball. Why wouldn't you wrap the basketball?
Yeah, if you've seen
Have you
Arthur
ever tried
Christmas,
to wrap anything round? Spherical.
Yeah, mate, you don't have to wrap it good as long as it's wrapped.
Dude, actually, do you know what? I will put myself out to say it. I'm a fucking first class present wrapper.
You are
first class. Mate, all of my wife's presents got wrapped last week, right? Every single one of them has got a different. No, every present is in a different wrapping paper with a different fucking bow and some fucking embellishments ribbons hanging off it and shit. Fucking right, ribbons like a motherfucker. Yeah. And sitting there doing it all, and the kid's like, "Oh, help!" I'm like, "You stay the fuck away."
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah. Awesome.
Man, I
always like it when they get to the North Pole in any of the Santa Claus movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the Santa Claus Tim I like when he goes to the North Pole and stuff, and like the elves are all like, "Here's my fucking hot chocolate recipe." So, it's brilliant.
Man, I gotta say, but going back to present wrapping though, I'm not the best present wrapper, but I love the fact that it doesn't matter how it's wrapped, as long as it's wrapped so that person can rip into it. If anybody starts, even if somebody.
Did you wrap my birthday present this year?
I put it in a bag.
I
put it in a bag.
No. As in, it was wrapped. I'm asking, were you the one that wrapped?
It was in a box. Sorry, yes, yeah. I wrapped the box.
I did notice because I had to fucking mate. That took me 5 minutes to get into. Dude, that's what I'm saying.
And then he had to go through the boxes.
I was going to get a knife into it. Like we were, I did this big barbecue at my house. I was like, I'm about to throw this on a fucking barbecue to get into this bitch. Like,
man, I'm wrapping something. I'm putting my effort into that wrapping. It might be bad. But I'm still going to do it.
I kind of like it. When you get a present that's wrapped, like if you were going to wrap a bike. So Arthur Christmas, she wraps a bike in that, doesn't she? The elf. But it's
Yes.
like you look at it and it's clearly a bike, and there's some kind of charm about Christmas presents that are wrapped in the shape of the thing that it is.
Yeah,
It's like, well, I don't need to unwrap that, but still, fuck, that's class.
Yeah. I love this because it was a callback to earlier where Teddy had said to her, you know, do you think he watches these videotapes?
Yeah.
And it's just like, he does. He gets them all. And I was just
Yeah,
like,
look, this is the Dark Knight moment.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but doesn't the Dark Knight learn that that's a bad thing to do?
Yeah, but...
All you need now is for Santa Claus to turn up and be like, beautiful, isn't it?
yeah.
He's got the true.
And one of the elves is like, immoral.
Just write your name in. Comment.
Yeah. As long as this machine is at the North Pole, I won't be.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Didn't even know I could do that impression.
Would you watch a Christmas movie with Morgan Freeman as Santa Claus?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, totally.
He's already been God, so
Yeah.
he is God, isn't
Oh
he?
man, I've just come up with the greatest idea. Right, next year they should release
I know what Andy Dufresne wanted for Christmas.
a Christmas movie.
That's rape.
Much in the frame of this, maybe in Netflix, but okay, controversial.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
All your Santa Clauses are black.
What?
That's not actually that controversial these days.
Morgan Freeman,
It's 2018. Dude.
Samuel
It's
Jackson.
like Black Panther. So.
Snoop Dogg, right? And you've got all these
Fucking hell, I want Snoop Dogg to be
all
Santa.
these Santa Clauses in the North Pole who are actually doing the job. But there's so many of them because they have to be all over the place.
Snoop Dogg would be the best. He's like, "'Twas the shizzle before Phil Nizzle,
In the red hat and the coat and everything. And he can just...
and all through the hizzle."
And he jumps through the houses, and then as he comes out, he picks up what looks like to be a joint, and he smokes it, and they're just like, "What's that?" And he's just like,
It's a candy cane.
and no, he just looks at him and goes, "It's Christmas," you know.
I deserve a treat too.
So Teddy,
Yeah, this is great. You find out.
written a
Yeah.
letter this year. You know, he's saying he doesn't believe, but he's written it, and he's asking for Santa Claus.
All I'm seeing is just even more
see his dad
invasions of
again.
privacy right now.
Well, they
Actually, that is. I believe that is confidential material.
I mean,
she's
it
looking
gets
through.
brought up with Santa jumping into everybody's houses. Now we've just seen that he's got a camera on everyone.
every child.
Now she's going and reading his mail.
His personal mail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I remember that murder in the first, dude. That's mail fraud. You go to Alcatraz for like 20 fucking years for that shit.
Right?
There was a thing in the papers
Oh, dear.
about a week ago, I think, and where a mum had her.
Sorry, just to interrupt you. We're getting our first elf shots here.
There was a little boy who'd wanted to send a letter to his dad, who was in heaven. So he wrote to Royal Mail and said to him, "Could you deliver this letter to my daddy who's in heaven?" And Royal Mail actually replied to him saying, "We managed to hand deliver it to your dad. We had to fly through all these different solar systems. Yeah. Through all these solar systems and past all these starlights, but we managed to actually pass your dad."
Fucking adorable,
and it's just
dude.
like Royal Mail, you know, postal services know that shit. You know, I used to work for them, sorting out all the mail. And when it got to Christmas time,
That is some sketchy CGI there.
yeah, when you have the North Pole appear on a letter, you do actually send it to a special place so that they can.
Oh yeah,
actually do
it's sorted. Yeah, definitely, man.
So I totally believe that these elves get all the letters.
Totes.
You know, elves to me are scary as fuck if they jump at you like that when the camera's
Mate,
on.
what does this remind you of? What film does this remind you of?
Resident Evil 2.
Nope. Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah.
You know where they're all going,
Yes,
they're
yeah.
helping him. Nope, they're about to tear that kid to pieces. Look, my wife fell in love with that elf in this movie.
What this white one?
The fat one that's always like...
Oh well, on the candy cane.
Yeah.
This one, I'm pretty sure this white one is the leader, but also a female.
yeah, because she's not got Kurt Russell mustache.
Yes, that would be it as well. So she's speaking Elvish, but it sounded kind
You
of
lost the
Norwegian.
reindeer?
Kind of.
Maybe, you know, like I'm trying not to be totally racist, like Northern European kind of thing.
What?
Like Greenland.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's Scandinavian, isn't it?
Scandinavian
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. But
Christmas must endure.
but picks up they pick up a lot of the English very quickly, which I'm like,
That's class.
why have we not got toys of these yet?
Oh, well.
Well, Netflix, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
You know, wouldn't you buy one of these elves as a teddy bear, like a little plush?
I don't know. Kind of scary.
Like, come on, if they made a model of Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, you know, that you could have on your side.
I would have that as my Santa
Obvious.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
don't you
there's
notice
the family tree.
Don't you notice like what's on top of my tree when you were around when you picked me up earlier?
No.
You gave me my tree topper.
Oh, is that your Triple H little finger
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
There's a star up there, but I'm like, no, Triple H goes to the top of the tree.
Yeah, the little
because he's
Triple
buried
H
everyone.
finger.
Yeah,
Like,
your Ashy Slashy should go at the top of your tree.
fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. I would like to do that, but I'd get told no.
Plus, he won't fucking leave it alone for more than 5
True,
minutes.
yeah.
We were around for his birthday. He was like walking around with that thing on his hand all night. I'm like, now it's creepy.
Oh, he's done a full review with it on his hand the whole time.
Epic.
It takes a lot of effort to leave it in one place. Because I just kind of look over and it looks at me and I'm just like, I know, and then I pick it up and I just start kind of using it and then
You
put
would
it
give
down
it
again.
life.
Yeah.
It doesn't like being left alone.
Well, sometimes I leave it comfortably with the Hulk Hogan.
Oh, he's starting to remember now. Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. Now this is the money shot of the movie, isn't it?
What?
Well,
Santa Claus in jail.
This is where Kurt
This
Russell
scene-
gets to do Elvis
again. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
This was not lost on me. I love this.
Some backup
Oh my
singers
god!
right
I remember
there.
watching this and my
So the
kid.
Sopranos
No, mate,
star there.
my kid asked about the women in the next
Oh.
cell.
Yeah.
She goes, what are they? And my wife was like, and for some reason I just belted out, supply teachers. And she just like, we are going to get letters from school. Like,
Yeah.
Supply teachers.
Yeah, I can't believe that's Silvio from Sopranos as well. I looked him up because I can believe I saw him. I'm just like, what's he doing in the Christmas Chronicles movie? You know, I've watched loads
Begging
of
for work.
episodes of Sopranos. Well, weirdly enough,
Well, they wanted tough guys to put in the cell.
the thing is, he is an amazing electric guitar player. He's been in a band for years, and his acting career is obviously just a side thing.
Yeah.
His main love is music. So obviously, at this stage, he'd been touring with his band for a couple of years. That's why he's got his hair grown long, and he looks like he's partied like fuck since the Sopranos.
what? Fuck you. That's his hair.
That's his real hair.
No.
That is his real
Dude, that
hair,
is a
man.
fucking
When
that is a lion scale head of hair.
Yeah, when I saw him pull
I
out
thought
the
that was one of the
guitar-
dudes from Keenan and Kel. I'm sorry. I know
Yeah,
that
I did.
might be
I
said,
did
that
think
people might think I've been but I genuinely for a second thought that was fucking Keenan and whatever.
It's like, I love this way. It's just like, I can't play this.
Oh yeah, just belts
And
it.
it's belts out a brilliant tune. And Santa Claus is just like...
He's getting ready for the big number.
I kept expecting Santa Claus to kind of look at his arm like in Spawn and see the numbers.
Yeah.
You know, like how much of his Christmas magic he's used and it's all
Yeah.
This is fucking brilliant. dude.
Yeah,
This is
I mean,
awesome.
this should
I mean,
be
like,
Christmas number one.
Who the fuck is that other than their pimp? Like, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
He's loving this, isn't he? He is like...
Absolutely.
I know, a
I mean,
few
his
people
very
have said
first
about him.
film appearance was in an Elvis movie.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
I think,
He
what was
voiced
it?
Elvis in
Elvis by John Cobbler.
Yeah.
no, the Tom Hanks movie, Forrest Gump.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You can just see how much of a good time he's having doing this, can't you? And I love those scenes that you tell.
He's
A
got
lot
the
of people,
twinkle in his eye.
a lot of people have criticised this to say, "Oh, he's chewing the scenery." I'm like, yeah, but it's like he fucking should be. Look at
It's
it.
a face. It's
the
motherfucking
I
Russell.
wonder if this was even written into the movie, or he just started doing this, and they were like, "Fuck it, we'll film it." Look at the sunglasses go on.
That's it. I mean, you sit this part and say, well, this is just filler. But these cops have now come to the cell and they're thinking, how the fuck did he get all these musical instruments in there?
Yeah.
You know, he's got to keep...
Where's this lighting coming from?
That's it. He's got to keep the Christmas
I'm
belief going.
gonna back you up 100% on that because I believe at the end of this, doesn't he pull out a spare hat that Mrs. Claus told him to pack?
Does
he?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
no,
Where'd
he
you get
gets it from the elves when
Yeah.
they turn up.
Right,
but spoilers.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, he's going to have known that was going to happen, right? He knew he was going to get the hat.
I
you
believe
would
so,
assume,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he's only doing that for them. He's
Yes.
only doing that to keep the Christmas spirit alive, like you said.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
he knew
yeah.
he was going to get out of that. We're about to go dark.
Yeah, we're in Grand Theft Auto online territory now. You know, they just turned up to sell this car. They've got all these criminals, all these bad guys, and I loved how this scene turned out. I did, you know, I know that it does get a bit dodgy, but these guys are doing bad shit, and we're trying to teach kids that, you know, you can't do bad shit.
So you'll end up on the naughty list for life.
So when he gets this sack and I'm looking at the presents, I'm actually sat there watching this for the first time thinking, I really hope he doesn't open that up and get an actual present because that would suck. You know, if he gets a watch and he's like, yeah, I'm really happy. No, he opens it up and magic turns it all into coal.
Coal,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
It's like every gift that you pick up has been meant for you. It's empty until you open it, and then it's for you.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
But I reckon
every
if they
time I see a
opened
scene,
all those
right,
presents,
everyone would be cold.
every movie I see where they go into a fucking chop shop like this or a garage or something, all I can see is fucking Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop 3, where he's like, "Is this the illegal chop shop?"
You smell that? You smell that? I smell bacon. I smell bacon. I'm not doing this deal. I'm not doing it. Yeah, so the drug lord, chop shop owner, gangster now.
He's got a massive furnace.
has a
furnace.
And he's got a big bag of coal. It's like, well, yeah, makes sense, I guess.
Well, yeah, villain of the movie. You kind of want Kurt Russell just.
This is bad, dude. Because look, he's about to throw the fucking satin.
He's got his sister in there.
I'll give him this. He fucking went off on this scene, man. The kid fucking pulling some fucking emotion out of his ass.
He doesn't want to lose his sister and his dad, and symbolic as well that he lost his dad in a fire.
Yeah.
So he's about to lose his sister in a fire as well.
Fuck,
just
dude.
noticed
well
that.
done. And the fact he does throw it in. I did gasp when this happened.
Yeah.
And
then mans the fuck up.
Yeah.
Swinging that
Got my
pipe.
fucking pipe and I will
But
mess your fucking Christmas up.
There's a lot of them. He's not going to get out in one piece. So he's going to need some backup.
Yeah.
About 2 foot tall backup. And these motherfuckers are armed.
Well, with crowbars.
That's still armed, Gary,
Love this. Because that would scare the fuck out of me if that came out of it like a sack, dude. Jesus Christ. I remember all the way through the scene, my wife was like, what is up with this guy's head?
I love the change in face in a minute.
She was like, what's going on with this man?
Oh, fuck!
Galaxy Quest, bitch.
Look at him!
It's just madness.
This must be so funny to film when they're like, okay, guys, we're going to CG in a bunch of elves, so we just need you to go ape shit.
Run around in panic. Just lay there.
Just lay on the floor, just like,
I wonder,
they're in my hair.
How many of these guys have children, and we're happy to do this film, and then after doing these scenes, have to reenact them for their children?
Probably, yeah.
Daddy, you have to be attacked by the...
Pool ball to the face. All jokes aside, that man's dead. You take a pool ball to the face, you're
Most
probably dead.
Do. Oh, here he comes.
They're goddamn feral.
Shit, that's funny.
Gotta get out of there.
Anyone says that's funny.
One of them goes out the window, I remember. Yeah, here we go. Ready, aim, fire!
Because again, he said something about throwing him in the dumpster out back, didn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Compost, not recycling.
See now, how many of them?
He's getting crushed like Shredder and Ninja Turtles. His face.
Yeah. Oh, one left. They're gonna finish him off. It's all Predator 2. They're gonna tie him up, skin him. Look at that. They're gonna eat him. They haven't fed.
Look, motherfucker's got a chainsaw. Like he just took.
Scarface all over again.
You could just it's Spike from Gremlins, dude. And look where he's going. Look, oh mate, he was an inch away from your junk then.
His face.
When he,
look at it.
Spoil all
He's like, I'm gonna need to go out and kill me a hobo. You can't turn this off.
Just dragging his chainsaw behind him.
It's the bloodlust that elves have. Right, gotta get the sleigh, gotta get the reindeer, and we're gonna get Santa Claus. They're
all packing, dude.
The one with the blowtorch.
That's fucking awesome.
Plays in very simply as well with the fact that
that's a Christmas card.
She was saying in the video at the beginning that obviously she had trouble learning new languages. Yeah, and now she's starting to pick up Elvis quite a bit.
Man.
Elvis.
Elvis,
yeah.
Santa Claus coming down their chimney tonight.
Oh,
Supply teachers.
He's got to finish off his musical number. The thing, we've just gone through a massive action sequence and he's still singing.
Yeah.
Well, he can't go anywhere.
That's it. He is just trying to keep the Christmas spirit going. Come on, Santa. Got to finish it off.
Big finish. Look at it.
Yeah. Must have been hot as fuck, though.
He's loving it.
I mean, all that white fur. And all that extra...
As a man sporting a beard, it is quite fucking warm.
Yeah. He's got the big boots on as well. Everybody else is loving it.
That guy, does that cop quit now, doesn't he? He's like, thank you, Merry Christmas, I quit.
Yeah. I was just thinking then, actually, all those cops are there, so there's nobody watching any of the other.
In your face.
I was so glad one of the characters said it, because I was thinking it was like, now Santa's, the big number's over and they've got these awesome instruments.
Yeah.
He turns around and says, "Hey Santa, can I keep this?"
Yeah.
But Santa never doesn't even acknowledge him.
He just leaves it. Well, that's their Christmas presents. But I was just thinking as well, those cops were there, so all the criminals upstairs could have had the chance to get away. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, I'm like, they'd probably be overcome by the Christmas spirit as well.
They all came down to see what was going on.
Well, you've got where he says, wait until you see what happens next.
Yeah, you might want to add to that, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, bringing up the Lisa.
Tugging them fucking heartstrings, dude.
Yeah, cell phone. Here we go.
Fucking hookers are still dancing in the background.
Supply teachers.
That's it. Those supply teachers are going to work those outfits really well.
I legitimately apologise to any supply teachers. you do good work. Yeah.
Lisa, hey. I was actually really happy at this point. I was just like, finally, we can get Santa out of the cell. We got to get him back onto the track. The kids have got the reindeer, they've got the sacks. Now we've got
the elf ready to go and fix the sleigh.
Yeah, and he's getting ready as well. So he's just like
he already knows. He's like,
that's right. It's funny, though, isn't it? Because you're talking about, we're watching this and we're like, oh my god, now we can finally get back to saving Christmas. Look, spoilers, kids. The motherfuckers are going to save Christmas by the end of this movie. Netflix aren't going to leave it with now there's a new Dark Ages, kids. We know he's going to save Christmas, but you can't help all the way through it. Like, yeah, but how?
He's going to save Christmas by bringing back Ash vs Evil Dead Season 4.
Yeah, here comes the chainsaw.
Got to finally use the chainsaw.
Look, this is, I'm not being funny. If he was truly magic, you seriously telling me someone didn't ask for Firefly Season 3 for Christmas?
See, what happened in Season 2?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, that was the film, wasn't it?
Well, that's where I was going.
Well, the film, I think, was Season 2, 3, 4, 5.
See? He's like, I know. See, because he already knew. He didn't need to do that musical number. He just saved all of them for Christmas.
But this is the important thing, though, isn't it? Is that he could have left at any time.
Yes,
but he's still waiting
for the cop to let him go.
Yeah,
which
is great
because he can't be naughty. He's got to.
I love this. Be good. It's like, try to be good.
Yeah,
pack of criminals.
We'll try. Can we keep these?
Yeah, right.
Come on, Dave, open up the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
No, that's it. He's just stood there now and he's just like, yep.
But he had to give him a chance to prove himself.
Exactly.
And how do you live the rest of your life?
Oh my god, I just worked out what the smoke monster in Lost was.
It was Santa Claus trying to bring him presents.
Fucking better than what they did.
That was how the demons exit in Supernatural.
Technically, is he demonic?
It's the same kind of thing.
Well, he's got that evil.
Yeah, he jumps over the tape measure.
Right, let's get to work. Oh,
he's like, we got an hour. Ain't doing it. After all that.
Yeah.
But again, he's just testing them, isn't he?
That's it.
He's just testing them.
I mean, Teddy is a good driver, and he'd already learned his lesson about obviously not stealing cars.
Yeah.
So now Santa Claus is able to use him to say, "Yo, you drive."
He's turning him into a true believer.
Yes. Yeah.
And the cult of Santa Claus.
All those elves were once kids. It's like the Goblin King in Labyrinth. Every kid who ever saved Christmas became an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you'll help me forever.
This is our little secret, boys.
But I mean, there's just as many horror Christmas movies as there are family.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Not that many good
Silent Night.
Not that many good horror ones, no.
I mean, Santa's Sleigh. Fuck you guys, I love Santa's Sleigh.
Is that the Goldberg one?
Yeah, dude. That is so terrible. I love it.
That was going to be our Christmas video until Krampus came along. I was like, no. Krampus, we'll do Krampus.
We might have to do an audio commentary for Goldberg.
We did Rare Exports, but it's a lost video.
Rare Exports got a lot of dick in it.
Yeah, there is a lot of dick in that. I remember you complaining about that a lot.
I like a lot of dick in my face.
That's all Iain remembers of that film.
I think I got a phone call about I just watched this movie. It's so much fucking cool.
Old man dick on.
Don't get me wrong. Love the concept for Rare Exports, but we don't actually get to see the creature. I'd rather watch Krampus.
You get to see the dick.
There's a lot. There's no dick in fucking Krampus.
The creatures ain't nice the whole time.
Yeah, there's a fucking lot of dick in Rare Exports.
Yeah, so, I mean, I always go back to like horror movie wise, like Silent Night, Deadly Night. I always remember that fucking Twilight Zone episode with the fucking killer Santa. That scared the shit out of the kid. Lets him in at the end. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't that after she's killed her husband, and the old man and the Santa comes back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kid's literally like, I found Santa outside, and she's like, no.
Yeah. Crazy.
And it's like, well, time to go to sleep.
Come on, Santa Claus. I'll drive the sleigh, and you can do all the presents.
Pierce always sees it
that's
too.
right.
That was before
Teddy,
I lost my deadly
yeah,
weapon.
that's right. Teddy isn't sure he can actually do the sleigh, which is building into that whole. Come on, believe in yourself,
have confidence,
self-esteem, confidence.
Yeah,
all
the good stuff.
Look how easy my job is. Kids can do it. Get in.
He just wants to have the next hour off.
Yeah. Like, dude, I just did a fucking musical number in a jail cell. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
You know how hard it was to get them coordinated? We had to cut to you for 10 minutes.
Right. Kurt Russell, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Taking on Superman.
Which Superman?
Standard traditional 50s era Superman.
Well, no, you gotta go by movies. So what, are we talking like Christopher Reeve?
Alright. No, we'll go with, what's his name? The new guy. Not Tom
Henry
Welling.
Cavill.
Henry Cavill. We'll go with Henry Cavill. He's not bad.
Well, it depends who's making it. If DC are making it, it'll be dark as fuck, so we'll probably beat the piss out of Santa for 25 minutes.
Now, I was thinking that,
and
but
then die.
After what we've seen with Kurt Russell Santa Claus doing in this, he would just be there. He wouldn't be able to throw a punch. He'd be constantly defending, but he'd be like a master of the martial arts, being able to hold him back, being able to take the punches. And then as Santa Claus gets close and grabs him, he'd just reach into his jacket.
Take that, Batman.
Reach into his jacket. Pull out a bit of kryptonite and boom.
Jingle bells.
That's it. Santa,
Oh,
Superman
shit.
Would be down.
Nice.
Superman would be down.
Pull out a green bauble.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Batman
Batman
and Superman would have a face-off, and Superman would be like, make it move, and Batman's like, I'm not going to. Because I'm a good boy. Wonder Woman would...
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, Batman learned from an early age that it wasn't the parents putting the presents under the tree. Right?
It was Alfred. Alfred every year had to dress as Santa Claus.
Master Wayne. No, he's out. It's all right.
That's where Bruce learned how to climb down chimneys and scuttle around rooftops and shit. Was Alfred dressed as
Santa? Oh my god, Batman would be a great Santa. Fuck, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Could afford the budget to buy all the presents.
Yes.
Can grapple like fuck down any chimney and break into any house.
Totally.
Awesome. Can you imagine that scene in the park where it's like, we're going to steal your sack? Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 motherfucker. Like, beat the shit
You
out.
ain't just getting coal in your stocking this year. You're getting fucking small explosives.
Getting a batarang to the face.
Here he goes. See, I reckon Kurt Russell did all of his own stunts in this movie.
I'd like to think so.
He had the magic of Santa Claus.
With the use of the magical
look
hat,
at this.
obviously.
He's just boom, done. He's gone. Front flipped into that. He's Captain Ron. He's fucking Snake Plissken. He's fucking Jack Burton.
Do you reckon before he left as well, where he's sort of like, right, Santa, it's time to go out delivering presents. Here's all your stuff. And he's like, oh, take the coat. And Mrs. Claus like, you'll take it all.
Exactly. Every time he's looking at his watch, he's just like, I've got to
Poison's running through my system.
Poison's in my neck.
As soon as the sun comes up.
Yeah, as soon as the sun comes up, the reindeer's going to explode, so I've got to get back there. Oh man,
he's got his dial a lot. Look, he just typed in the world under code.
So yeah, montage, delivering all the presents.
We're saving Christmas in 3 minutes.
And kind of happy about it.
Even Rocky had a montage.
If they really dragged it out of him trying to rescue, trying to drop every present, and there's a twist that comes up that I totally predicted seeing.
Oh yeah,
because you've got to have it now in every Christmas movie.
The thing is, I predicted it happening, and then even when it happened, I was just like, oh,
yeah, of course.
Just like, you got me, movie, you got me.
Yeah.
At this point, you're fucking in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look at him, he's surfing.
Again.
Yeah, but with possibly better CGI.
Oh man, they should totally have had a fight sequence in that set.
No, they should have had him doing the
With
thing where it
Spike
comes up
Lee.
as New York and he goes, I can't go to New York anymore.
So we actually looked up this director as well, and this is like his first live action film.
Yes, yeah, he's been an animator for a lot of projects. He was an animator for Bolt.
Play what?
He was the
Play
animator
Kaytis,
for
Yeah.
one of the on the animation team for Frozen and Tangled. He did
Pocahontas,
Treasure Planet.
Treasure
A rare
Planet, yeah.
gem.
the
Forgotten
Emperor's New
Gem.
Groove. I mean, he was involved with Fantasia 2000, but I don't know how good that is.
Never even seen it.
Have you ever seen Fantasia?
Oh, yeah,
I
obviously,
always see
dude.
that as a Christmas movie because it's like an epic long.
I think it's because when you're a
Fucking
kid,
School
I don't know
used
about
to
you.
play Fantasia
Yeah.
at Christmas before the break.
Yeah, dude. But I always thought, like, the thing was, I always the first time I'd watch Fantasia, I just wanted to watch it for the Sorcerer's Apprentice bit with Mickey. I didn't realise what I was actually walking into, this whole operatic, thing.
Yeah.
And I fucking fell in love with it. I tried to show my kid a few years back, she was not interested. I was like, but hippos!
I can't
The
remember.
tutus!
I was going to say I can't remember anything major after the Sorcerer's Apprentice bit. There's not really much anything else that happens, is there?
Classical music and
music.
Before and
fireworks and
harpies and shit. I remember the fucking
Yeah.
harpies. I remember the harpies because they had their titties out.
Harvey's always had a
I may have been young, but I'm still a man, goddammit.
So you got the elves helping now as well because they are racing
And there you
straight
go, look.
ahead of the.
She
sun.
just spoke Elvish, learning her languages. Call back to the first scene.
yeah. She was struggling at languages.
Underneath the
Languages are
golden
hard.
bridge. Just I do love that. I do love the whole sleigh being fucking drawn by the reindeers. It's just so magical.
It's fine when it's in the clouds, but when they're on the cityscapes, it just looks. I mean, that,
Stock.
Yeah.
And you every
Look at that elf
movie
fucking
with
sharpening
that.
his prison shank.
as well. I was just like, why?
There's a bit in Santa's sleigh that would go over. There's like he fucking sucks the end of the thing into a point, just stabs it in some dude's eye.
Bjorn, you forgot one. Oh,
all I
the
can
pages together.
all I can hear is like the Swedish Chef. When they talk.
Yeah, we've got the twist of having to get the last present to the last kid as quickly as possible.
And you're going to
before,
get to Mexico City.
8 minutes was that?
No, it's like 15, 13 seconds or something.
Yeah. He's about to drop down.
And the kid nails it. Look,
6 seconds.
look, just like the 3-pointer at the end. Like
No, it's a 4-pointer. He calls it a 4-pointer,
no,
doesn't he?
3-point, no 2-point bullshit.
I don't know how many points.
None of us want any points. And he bomb dives into the window. Bink.
Totally counts. Before the buzzer.
Yeah. Has to have that cookie as well. And that's what I mean.
He's got enough time to sit down. Busted!
Every Christmas Eve in every household, when you put out those cookies and the carrot and the milk for this imaginary invader,
This person's
house
going to
invader.
break into your house that you protected all year.
keep the magic going. Every year, I drink the milk. I eat half the cookie and leave the crumb.
What do you do with the carrot?
Chop the I snap the end.
No,
off.
you're doing the carrot wrong.
Why?
You got to get rid of the carrot.
Because
The reindeer's on the roof. He takes the carrot with him.
You
gotta get rid of the
actually,
Do you know what? I'm not proud. I am proud of this.
I actually snap it up
I
and
go
Linda
so
takes
far
it.
as to like I don't. It doesn't even go back into the fridge in case the kid recognizes it when I'm chopping up Christmas dinners. I throw it away. I waste a bit of food.
Yeah. Why is there a carrot in the bin, Dad? Just this whole carrot.
Oh no, it gets thrown over the back wall, dude. I'm smart.
lost.
And then I burn my clothes from the previous night.
No evidence.
Stand in the back garden in the morning. Dad, what are you doing? Nothing. Go back to sleep. But he's been. I know.
Yep, he'll be like this year. He's not coming back next year.
Yeah.
It's always the sad moment at the end of the film, isn't it? Because they've had such an amazing adventure with this fantastic
You
creature.
don't want it to end. You just don't want it to end.
No.
But it's Christmas Day and they've got to go back to their family. And it's the
Yeah,
best
and he's
night
got
of
to
his
go
life.
back.
Do you know, it's funny you say that. I always say Christmas Eve is my favourite day
Yeah.
of everything. Christmas Day's great, and we have a great day. I do all the cooking
Boxing
and
Day's
everything.
very
So
good.
Boxing
yeah,
Day,
I do, and we have everyone's got their family traditions. But for me personally, like I always make sure I haven't worked Christmas Day in years because I'm like motherfucker, I'm working Christmas Eve. So like I have a daddy-daughter day with Jessica and stuff like that, and I just make a point of like Christmas Eve. when I'm sat there and everything's done and you've got the anticipation, that is my favourite time, man. I love Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I love it. Even though I spent one time in hospital on Christmas
You did, dumb
That
man.
really sucked. But yeah, I was still excited. I was sat there like, Santa Claus is going to get it here. He didn't make it into the hospital, but, there's a lot of security. But, my son really enjoyed it, so at least he made it to the house.
I remember fucking Linda calling me about that. You'll never guess what's happened. Like, you know what? By the end of the phone, I was like, you know what, Linda? You were right.
Yeah. I do have special abilities. Sometimes.
Leaves him his hat, man.
But
look.
Needed it.
He never needed it. It was all... He's a Jedi. Look, it's like Dagobah. He's just pulling that fucking X-Wing out of the swamp, dude.
And he's just there. So this whole night, yes, Teddy, yes. Anytime you want.
It was all for you, you over-entitled little motherfucker. Kids these days.
See, now that's part of the magic as well. I always like to think that every now and again he's got to interact with people because he misses them. He doesn't get to interact with people like that.
Yeah, I think he called the whole film. He knew that this family was about to get into trouble, and he knew he had to get caught and take them on this adventure.
Of course, man.
So that, but be able to get them to save Christmas, to work together, and
because of his big book of all the true believers, because of the dad obviously losing his life. He knew that, and he knew he had to check in.
And they're technically his step grandchildren because of their dad. So he had to
technically.
Give me my candy cane. He's still got the chainsaw.
You could easily just make a sequel.
Fuck you guys, you candy canes. This is awesome.
Oh, here he goes. Big moment. Even though he's done it already twice.
Didn't need to do that loop. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Drops the ho 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 on him as well.
And then off he goes. And she's got the videotape out, the video camera.
Now she can prove to the world what this world already knows.
Yeah, make all the money she wants. And
I got it all. We're about to ruin YouTube.
Nope.
Nada. Nothing.
Oh man, he fucking blanked me. That's it. She's just no more letters to Santa Claus now. She's kicking the door.
Tape back.
God damn it, he's a thief.
Swearing in Elvis as she walks up the stairs.
Yeah, she actually starts stealing cars after this. The brothers lost all control.
And they drop the pet names on each other by the end. Look.
Yeah.
Hug it out, just like Daddy taught him.
Just in time for when Mum gets back and she's like, what the...
And she's like, I've had 4 people die on me tonight, don't talk to me.
Were you just hugging? Yeah, okay. Obviously, the outside of the house still looks the same. And you're just like, oh, well, that's okay. I'm good with that. But it's when they walk in and it's like pesky little elves.
Yeah.
They've been at it again.
Put it all up with the chainsaw.
Two really good words in the English dictionary. Merry Christmas. It's a shame we can't use it more.
There it is, look, the big reveal of the inside of the house.
Yeah, I love the mum's face. She's just like, you guys have been busy. And the kids are like, yeah.
We did all this.
We did all this. We
stayed up all night.
Mind the wire we put to...
It's a tripwire.
My mind's just...
And finally, the mother shows some emotion.
Do you not just think, that's overkill, that house is over-decorated?
No, dude, you haven't been to my house, have you? Did you see all that shit when you came in?
Yeah, I saw it all.
I make all my own decorations, do paper chains with the kid and everything. It's awesome. Colour coordinated and shit. Lights everywhere.
It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but Christmas.
Yeah, dude. It's basically... do you remember that Dead Rising advert?
Yeah. Man. The only thing that I was thinking was... While I was watching this, was the mum's just walked in. She's like thinking, "Oh man, this looks all beautiful," and then she remembers she has to take it down on her own in a couple of days.
Kids on that PlayStation. I brought him upstairs doing nothing.
That's it. She's never been up the ladder before because she wasn't tall enough to get the hanging ones, but now she has to do it herself. Yeah.
See, she's like, "Oh look, you got a present from Santa. I didn't buy it." It's just weird.
Yeah, it's just like,
it's very weird.
Oh, I got the skateboard, and Mum's like, really? That's not the one I bought. I bought you the cheapy fucking Walmart one. Where you have to buy the wheels separate.
Yeah. Oh, this is fucking adorable, man. With this,
it's a nice little point where he writes him back, and it's the point of, look, I've got all those powers. Yeah. But unlike Superman, I can't bring the dead back to life.
Yeah, I can't fly around the world that fast backwards.
You know, I can't. Yeah, I can't reverse time. So this is as close as I can get, and it's just, I like the nice little effect. Yeah, you know, it's one of those presents like in the Polar Express where he's got the bell.
Right.
Was that point? Polar Express.
They used a bit of the music, I think, from Polar Express in this. Polar Express came up a few times.
Santa Claus. He gets the first present from Santa Claus, which is Santa Claus's bell. And he says that obviously if you can't hear the ring, that's when you've forgotten the Christmas spirit. Yeah. You know, love that. I fucking love it. I'm getting weepy now.
Christmas is that sentimental.
I need John McClane to kick that Hans Gruber out of a fucking window. You know.
Now I have a machine.
We need to tell Carl that his brother's dead.
He's alive. Only John can make someone that pissed. There we go. Now when he gets the magic.
Yeah. He's gonna see his dad. And I love the fact that it's not really like his dad saying it. It's more symbolic, isn't it? He sees his dad in him. And
I'm proud of you, is that what he says?
Yeah, I'm proud of you. So it's not really his dad saying it, it's just a reflection saying it, which is...
You lost that knife I gave you, didn't you?
Yes, but I got a bauble.
It's like every year that's going to go back in the attic, like the toys in Toy Story, and he's going to pull it out every year, and his dad's going to be in it going, like out of a box.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God! You're supposed to
bring me a sandwich.
He gave me this to carry around with you. God, I'm so bored.
He'll hang up on the tree one year, and he'll just see this dead body.
Oh, is it? Do you think it'll be like the girl in the fucking picture in The Witches? Get progressively older.
Just decay.
All right, this is my favourite part of the movie, I think, other than the fucking song.
Yeah. Everything just kind of built up to this point.
There's Santa. And I did right. I said to Donna at this point, if we don't get this at the end of the movie, I was going to be livid. And the second this kicks in, we were like, here we go. And we were watching this with friends. We had like a couple of people over with their kid and stuff, so we were all watching this together. And you would have, if you were in my house, you would have heard a cheer when this happened. It was an arms in the air cheer.
The first time
I've seen her in.
That's it. When Linda was watching,
she was in that movie with Amy Schumer recently, but that's the only thing I can think of. And I haven't seen that, but it's the only thing I can think of. By the way, woman, you didn't need to cut all that wood. Like, how much wood you have there?
Well, what is she going to do? She's finished making toys for the year. Hey! And looking quite fine as Mrs. Claus as well.
In a death becomes her kind of way.
Yeah. They have the most magical celebrity relationship.
Yeah, they've never married, have they?
No, they haven't.
And that look that she's giving him, for me, is a genuine, I really love the way you look at the moment. Kind of
like, you're keeping that beard.
You are fucking, every year you're getting this shit out for the kids. You know, because she's got a big family, so she must love Christmas too. You know?
Oh, they are so awesome.
Do you want to watch a movie?
Yeah.
If he said Die Hard, or I would have loved Escape from LA or something like The Thing.
I have something else in mind. Let's make a sex
Netflix and chill.
If he said Netflix and chill, oh my God.
Bing! Ah,
epic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed that as much as we just enjoyed that.
That was fun, man. That was cool.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a Christmas film I'm going to churn out every year, but that's me. I don't have kids. You know, I don't.
That's a good point. I will watch that. I will watch that.
For me, it's Gremlins, Scrooged, and Die Hard.
Right, you know, but listen to yourself. You've just listed off a bunch of cool Christmas movies that you like, right? And you've just listed the fact that you get these movies out each year to get you into that Christmas spirit, just like this film taught us then.
Yeah.
That, you know, you got to keep the Christmas spirit alive.
Yeah.
You will next year, I put money on it, next year I will turn to you at some point just before Christmas and go, have you watched Christmas Chronicles? And you'll just look at me and go, yeah. Because at some point you put the Die Hard on, you know, and you watch the Gremlins, and then you were like,
need some Kurt Russell.
I need some Kurt Russell in my life.
Man.
I doubt it, though. Honestly, I do doubt that. I don't think I will come back to it so soon. I'll probably go back to Krampus again for another Christmas fix.
But that's what I'm saying. It's after Krampus, with all that darkness, you'll need something to lighten the mood. Now, do you go to Lethal Weapon?
Do
you go to Die Hard?
You know,
do you even go to Scrooge? Scrooge is pretty
I go to Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's very down.
But
we always watch Muppets
I've got to say,
Carol,
as a film, on its whole,
yes,
I love Hogfather.
I think it is just average, or just above average.
Do I give this one like a 7? If you're going to put a score on it, or something like out of 10, I'll probably give this one like a 7 out of 10.
I would give it a low 6 out of 10. Just above average. You know, it
I
didn't do
really
anything
enjoyed it.
spectacular. The only thing that was truly amazing about it, and the only thing that I would give the film high praise is Kurt motherfucking Russell.
Yeah.
It is, you know, I put his Santa Claus up there with Snake Plissken, you know, with McCready, like all the ones you've mentioned earlier.
But putting him,
he is great. He is truly great, and one of, if not my favourite and best Santa Claus in a film ever.
And that's what I'm saying.
But it's not enough. The film is not enough for me to, I think, want to watch it
But that's
again.
why you have all... You, like I said, next year, you will not watch this film for a whole year.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the urge to get it out at Christmas.
Do you know one a little gem that I found on Netflix last year? You've seen Uncle Nick?
No.
It's okay. I don't know the actor's name. He's I think he's regularly on the Doug Loves Movies channel as well. But he you know Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
You know the geologist, the big guy, the bald dude with the beard?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's him. And he plays this guy who goes to his brother's for Christmas and is like, he's a fucking drunk and everything, but his brother is like this young lad who's bagged this, like, you know, attractive, like, you know, well-off MILF basically, and like it's just this horrific, like, you know, like he's banging the door.
Where is this going?
It's on Netflix.
This is a Christmas movie?
No, this is a Christmas movie.
Right,
It all
okay.
happens at Christmas, dude. But it's just like a gem that I found last year, and it's
Like a really dark Christmas
it's dark
movie
as
that
fucking
you
away.
probably watch again.
Yeah, man, it's funny. You should watch it because it is funny. And they play this overarching sort of like story through that he's talking to a guy about a baseball game when they first invented like nickel beer night, where everyone got shit faced, and tells this really funny story all the way through.
Okay.
It. Do seriously watch it. It's called Uncle Nick. It's on Netflix. I found it last year.
Right, but
So-
yeah, okay. So
but what I'm saying
Christmas
is,
Chronicles.
from those movies, like you say about that, you will rewatch. I find that these movies come out at Christmas, and we add them to the repertoire of Christmas movies. And so,
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
last year I found this Uncle Nick, and now it's gone into my in my head I was like, fuck, I gotta watch that movie.
That's it.
When the kid's in bed.
I can see this film being popular, and I can see it, you know, Netflix promoting it every Christmas, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come up featured. won't it?
It would be I've not mentally put it into that category.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know, yeah, you'll get a lot of us will be like, yeah, I'm not going to watch it again. Then next year we'll be all sat around, it'll be miserable as fuck. We've just finished all our shoppings. We've just got all
Christmas
of our wrapping
spirit's too
done.
low.
You know,
Yeah.
it's too early for Die Hard. It's too early for Scrooge. I can't watch this just yet. I can't watch that just yet. I need something.
Right.
Kurt Russell dressed in a Santa Claus outfit. Christmas Chronicles. Done.
Nice. Cool.
Right, okay, so thanks for listening, thanks for watching. The new videos will be going up on Thursdays, and hopefully after Christmas we can get some more stuff for the show. I'm just going to wrap it all up. And,
Hope you have a great Christmas.
Yes.
Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas,
Happy
guys.
holidays. And
yes.
see you next time.
See you next time.